Hello and welcome back to EPIC43 with Intel. I'm Bollard. I'm joined here with Exo.
Yeah.
You just watched an excellent Zain vs Richie series.
It was a fantastic
All the
series.
way to game 5.
Yeah. It was very hype series. Worth the
series.
rewatch if you weren't able to catch it.
And we're going to get more Zain action now. Actually, we're going to get Zain versus the young prodigy Iba in a PvZ this time instead of a PvT. Assuming Iba's not off racing, which I really hope he isn't.
Yeah, we might see Zain go through the gauntlet today of all the races. You know, that'd be really interesting.
A rare opportunity for him to get to potentially go into Patty after this one. So we're looking at the bracket just now.
Yes.
We can see that we've got Gerald and Mix have both played their round of 16 matches and both succeeded there and have gone through into the upper quarterfinals. And then we've got the Ibas vs Zain match, which we're going to look at now. The other round of 16 games are still being played out, so we'll wait to see who fills out the rest of the upper quarterfinals.
But yeah, like I say, it's a really interesting set. We're going to be seeing what we can do, and then that lower bracket will also get filled out as the day goes on as well, and we'll be referring back to that and seeing how the progress goes.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on that bracket as we go along. The players are ready to play, though, and we're going to be starting on Golden Aura. So we'll just let them know that we're ready to cast, and hopefully we'll be in the game in no time at all. So yeah, the focus for today, that I'm sure you've already said, is going to be on the upper bracket.
Yes.
We're going to be getting through one game from each round of the upper bracket, and we'll announce those as we find out who's gotten through, because it'll be dependent on who wins their games. They're all best of 5s, which is really cool. So a lot more Starcraft today than we saw yesterday. And then we'll jump down to the lower bracket for the consolidation match and the lower final before the grand final on the stage at 9 o'clock tonight.
At 9 p.m, yes, that's why I mentioned the 9 p.m. stage. I didn't mention that we were following mostly the upper bracket. I'm glad you mentioned that, because that is true. And yeah, we'll be getting into this game number 1. So, spawning on Golden Aura in the top left. It is the green Protoss player. It is Zain.
Whoop whoop.
Whoop whoop.
Not representing any team still, just representing Team Zain.
Yeah, sometimes he's like an honorary Red Dragon, you know, we say, but yeah, like sometimes he wears the glove.
You like to claim him, you like to claim him.
Sometimes he wears the gloves, sometimes he doesn't. He doesn't want to be locked down, you know, I respect that.
That's understandable. And then in the bottom right corner, our young upstart, Iba, hoping to potentially take... He's won an Epic Land before,
He has. The first Epic Land he came to 38 or 39, the one in Wolverhampton.
Yep.
He won that one.
That's a good one to win, the one and only Wolverhampton Land.
Exactly, yeah, the Wolverhampton. He's got 100% win rate on
Looking for his second Epic Land victory, but first he needs to get through his friend Zain. It is Iba.
Boom. Yeah. And again, the first 2 minutes of PvZ are very standard, very boring if neither player is doing anything really wild. So we will wait to see what the tech choice is from Protoss. And yeah, we'll just go back to talking about the tournament. Like I say, yeah, we'll mostly be following the upper bracket and seeing as and when the games go through there. And then
and if you want to continue watching Gerald's run through the tournament, as we said, he's already made it through to the upper quarterfinals. Indie Starcraft will be casting that one in Polish over there, so he's going to be following all of Gerald's games until he gets eliminated or he wins, one or the other.
Yes, and I wouldn't bet on him getting eliminated soon.
Not anytime soon, no.
Yeah, like I say, there's plenty of Starcraft action. This is one of the first dual Starcraft stream Epic Lands we've had, actually.
Yeah, it was really cool to actually have a double stream and be able to show you different games going on at the same time. So we'll probably avoid Gerald's games on here until we get to later on in the tournament. But for now, we're going to watch more Zain, which is really nice.
Yeah, exactly. And again, so far so standard. Like I say, the Cybercore is coming down. Just waiting to see where the pylon in the main. There's normally a pylon here, and then there'll be a Stargate here, or Twilight Council. We'll see. And very interesting to see.
Is Zain still favouring the Stargate? Mostly?
Yeah, Zain is quite a standard opening player in PvZ, which is generally means Stargate. He does like his big 2 base timings off of that, but he can also play macro and play late game if he wants, but it always starts with a Stargate generally.
Iba is quite a good Protoss player himself as well.
Yes, he is.
He does off-race as Protoss, I think is his favoured off-race. He was offering to coach Zain yesterday. I don't know if Zain caught wind of this, but I would love to see Iba turning the tables and giving Zain some advice going forward with his Protoss.
That would be wild, actually. Yeah, I don't know how high Iba's Protoss is. I know it's pretty decent, and he plays a lot. It's definitely like last season, I think he played more Protoss than he did Zerg.
I think someone said around 5'8". Does that sound right to you?
Yeah, that's very believable, and that is right around Zain's level. So if this was a PvP, it could be considered very close, I would say, which should probably show you how much of a favour.
I think Iba did want to off race, but was thought it was too risky to start doing it in the knockout stages, which I totally understand.
We were also talking about the rules of vetoing and race switching in this tournament, and I don't know if he heard any of that, but put it this way, we're glad he's not race switching constantly. That could be cause us
could be contentious.
Okay, yeah, is the shade going to finish? No, it's not. That's very standard. Link speed is about to be done. That means this adept needs to go home. First, Oracle is going to come out. That normally flies straight across the map to see what's going on.
Going to confirm that the third is here with the adept, of course, before it shades back.
Love to see it. The one Spore Crawler in the natural, 2 queens in the main. Yeah, second queen now popping out in the main.
These players know what's up.
Yes.
They've played this matchup before.
Yeah, so far so standard. And again, it's really, I was about to say how fast the third can come down. Actually, quite a quick third. 340 is actually quite quick to come down here. Queen's in a beautiful position. There is no Oracle. Oh, it doesn't quite get the second tick on this drone down, so only 1 drone instead of 2. And now safely tucked away in the back here.
Valiant effort from that Oracle. Getting a little bit of tickling done.
Yeah, and again, so far this is like, even just getting the 1 or 2 drones is actually kind of not standard necessarily. It's but it's not like catastrophic losses. Zerg accepts that sometimes they're going to lose 1 or 2 drones. Even with good queen positioning, it can be hard to avoid.
Yeah, and the second Oracle's out on the map. At this point, Zane's forced, I think, 3 Spore Crawlers across the bases.
Yeah,
or
and actually
just the 2?
Come back in there. I don't think we have Game Heart on. Yeah, so we have 2 workers gone down there. This will work come in here and just to annoy it. Oh yeah, we do have it there. Yeah.
Yeah, Zain remembered to put Game Heart on.
Yeah, he's a pro. He
would have had a stern word with him if he had not.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure Lings ran up and saw this base. Yes, it did. But again, not much you can do here. Again, this pylon positions. Actually, it doesn't interrupt mining really that much, so I don't mind it.
I don't mind it.
Don't mind it. We're going to shoo away this thing. Maybe Lings might even run in and go for the scout. I don't think he's going to get this Overlord. Oh, I guess if he chases it down here, he will.
Yeah, I think it's a matter of time. Actually got it from the high ground as well. Not a problem at all. And the second Oracle did get out with its life, despite being low health. It's got its shields back.
Lovely. You love to see it. +1 melee coming out from Iba. Not that much of a surprise, but it does show... obviously, Zain doesn't know this yet, but that often dictates whether it's going to go into Ultras or into Lurkers. I actually don't know what kind of late-game Zerg player Iba is, whether he prefers Lurkers or not. Lurkers are generally the choice, but you don't always get melee with it.
So his previous match was a ZVZ, is that right? I'm trying to remember who he was playing against.
He was playing against Mix, wasn't he?
No, Iba wasn't playing against Mix. I'll get it off my phone.
Black Widow.
Black Widow. He's playing against Black Widow, and I did see him make Ultras against Black Widow.
Okay, yeah. So maybe
not sure that necessarily translates to PVZ, but it was interesting to see him using them in ZVZ.
Okay, well, and here is the meta, which is being nerfed in the next patch, is double Robo Immortal. I assume this Robo is going to be for Immortals.
There's no Bay out, is there?
Yeah, no Robo Bay out, so probably going to be like that. And yeah, first Immortal in production now. Oracles come in, just looking menacingly on at the third base here.
They were a distraction tactic for the Warp Prism, which is not getting any luck.
Oh no, it goes down. Was that 2 Archons in it? I think it was 2 Archons.
It was 2 Archons. That's a cracking snipe.
No, yeah, fantastic snipe from Iba. And again, this also is getting nerfed next patch, though in a much minor way. You can't go Mass Queen as easily.
No, they cost 25 minerals more?
25 minerals more.
Wow. How will a Zerg ever find 25 minerals under the sofa for a Queen?
It is a thing. Yeah, they will keep building them. You can't stop them. All right, with 4th base going down here. Again, not that much momentum in Zane's corner here. You really want the War Prism is just like a constant annoying threat. And Iba, who is already a very fast player, you want to keep him busy. Because if he's not busy, he's just going to get Hive, get the Lurker Den, start trying to run by in stasis wards. And yeah, it's a very... You want to keep him active. You need to keep him active, keep him honest. And losing the Archon drop is actually, you lose a lot of pressure. When I was... who was it? Savage, Sam, a member of the community. He plays a lot of Zerg, and he always taught me that if I ever lose the Archon drop, you make another one and you just go back out, because it's worth having on the map, even if you lost that one of them.
Zane's obviously quite adept with his micros, so he's going to try and see what he can get done with the Oracles as a distraction.
And the Oracles are also a great thing for the similar sort of tools. Some map control and just some scouting. That's the one.
Yeah, absolutely.
Pinning the Zerg back, but yeah, Iba very comfortable. Already at 80 workers. 80 workers by 8 minutes is not super impressive for Zerg. That's like a fairly like Zergs aren't impressed by that nowadays. There was once upon a time where it was like, oh my god, 80 workers, but now they're like, yeah, we get 80 workers at 6 minutes sometimes. But what I'm saying is he's in a comfortable position. The supplies are surprisingly close, but I think it's the quality army. Iba is actually just There's no roaches in this. This is all like Hydra, Ling, and upgraded Lings as well. 7 spine crawlers coming down here. Interesting. I mean, Zealot Rumboys are very good in this matchup. Zergs will tell you that it's very good. 7 spines versus is a bit of a commitment kind of early on, though.
I mean, they can move at least, so
yes,
you know, they're not going to be stuck in that mineral line. But
yeah, and we do have a Ling Rumboy running up the top. But I don't think that Ibra has spotted this. Now he definitely spotted this.
Storm just finished as well.
Ah, yes, Storm is very good in this matchup. And hitting a Storm pre-hive. Oh, this one High Templar is going to want to
Oh, he was tempting fate, wandering through the fog wall to see what was going on there.
Here we have a Ling Rumboy running at the top here. Nothing really to defend it. Thankfully, the shield battery will buy some time. Overcharged shield battery does nothing because there's nothing.
They're attacking the shield battery.
The only thing a battery can't heal is itself, you know.
That's deep, man.
Oh, and he has to recall everything.
That is a painful recall, actually.
Yeah,
didn't want to have to do that.
Especially since there wasn't that much here, so maybe you could have put some pressure on. I don't think he was looking to commit with the army anyway, so it's not the end of the world.
Ibba's ballooned up to 93 workers now. He's going hard on that eco.
Yeah, 93 workers is actually quite a lot. So, yeah.
It's a very, very kind of tentative game so far. Both players probing, but no one really committing to anything meaningful so far.
Yeah, I would say the for like the level of player that we expect Ibra, the creep spread could be maybe more. I know. Again, yeah, here we go. The Zain is like out in the map and sniping it. But again, this is it's the thing that Ibra is missing. He's got the tech, he's got the drone count, he's now teching just double spire. You know, he just doesn't have the full map vision, you know, map hacks that Zerg gets. Making a lot of spores as well, looking like he's willing to take this to a very late game. I wonder if he knows that Zain doesn't rush to a late game and is like, maybe you don't want to play that late game. Maybe if I just make Hydras and Lurkers and Spines, you won't attack into me and you'll have to go Stargate, and yeah, there's a triple Tempest production on the way. As
you say it happens. The biding of the time has ended and the Tempests are on the way. Weapon upgrades coming in for air as well at the same time.
Yes, yeah, air weapons are good. Nide is now finishing up as well. We need to keep an eye on the mini-app. Currently, Ibra has no real vision across the map. He does have a huge Ling Rumboy running in as Zain continues to poke here. Yeah, Zain sees that and walks in at home. 1 or 2 big storms. He's going to clear out most of this. But a Nide has slipped into the main. He had a chain-thing in the main the whole time. This could be huge, especially since... Oh, no, he can see it. Okay, he can see it. Everything's running back, but now we have a bunch of Lurkers in a good position here. They're just going to buy a bunch of time for the Niders in the main to go up. They are all going to die, but once the main goes up, if he can cut off the units coming back in, which he's going to be able to, he's going to control this ramp. This could be a decisive moment in game number 1 here.
Huge warping going into the main. Lots of Zealots spawning. Zealots are going to try their best to get through the spines. They are cleaning up the Lurkers, though.
Okay, yeah, no, as I say it didn't happen that time. Yeah, there was just not enough critical mass of Lurkers to really hold that in. Losing the 5 or 6 down here on the way. Maybe, yeah, I don't know.
We see a mama ship on the way.
Oh.
We do love to see it.
Zain not waiting for the quote-unquote buffs to the mothership.
The mothership buff.
He's building it now.
I mean, why the hell not?
Here we go. Building Zealots to do a run-by. He knows this position is very fortified, so he's running it around the top. I really like that. Because this part of the map isn't
Ibra has predicted it or scouted it, though, because there are a bunch of Lings there to meet those Zealots.
Yes, there is. Pushing on this front as well. I don't think he's going to be able to break this now, or he doesn't want to. Don't know if he want to force the issue. The Lings are able to win this fight, thanks to the upgrades. Actually, no, 2-1 versus 1-1. Okay, so yeah, it's actually not...
I'm surprised that many Zealots didn't do more damage to those
Lings.
I
actually thought... I thought it would be a bit closer.
Oh, maybe they were on move command. Oh, no, they're all going to die again.
Yeah. Okay, well, now the army does rotate up to the top here. Again, Zain doesn't have any vision on this short side of the map. With Golden Aura, it's actually quite interesting. This side of the map, where the thirds are, is actually a very short rush distance. So going along this side is much shorter than going along this side. But it gets very interesting. You have to play like the top side and the bottom side of the map kind of separately, even though it's just one map.
And now Tempests are doing Tempest things, shooting from 1,000,000 miles away, but the Corruptors are going to try and shut that down. Zain's going to have to be careful that he doesn't overextend.
Yeah, Zain looking very strong actually now. Now that he held off that, he thwarted that incident with the Nidus in the main. I kind of like his position. Ibra's kind of not able to expand onto the map as much as he likes. Well, he's going to go for it again.
Yeah, the Changeling is still there. Please don't say that's the same Changeling.
One. There's a timer, so that must be a new one.
Zain recalling again this time, bringing back the boys. Oh, he's lost half his army. That's, well, not half, a small portion of his army.
Yeah, and as we can see, oh, but then, I thought he was going to recall again.
Is the mothership exposed? No, it's kind of hidden. Okay.
It's hidden in the foliage.
It's a jungle ship.
It kind of blends in on the map.
It does, it really suits it.
Golden Aura is very Protoss, like aesthetically.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. Very, very Protossy map.
Okay.
Shield upgrade coming in.
Yeah, and once again we have the map being spread out here as we have a bunch of lurkers coming in this side. Zain hasn't spotted it, not able to get a storm off. His pressure on his 5th base as Lings are now going to run by into the natural. Good warp in here, but he's got nothing to defend the 5th base. Even clearing out these lurkers is going to be a little bit awkward as the wall gets pressured. And again, these Lings, have they got crack actually? Let me just check the upgrade. Oh, they have got crack. Yeah, that's also a big upgrade here. And
Crackling's doing damage.
yeah, and Zain is going to have to give up the 5th base here.
Yeah.
Does it manage to hold his core and not get exposed, like ripped open in the middle there? Got a healthy bank as well. So.
And meanwhile, while this attack's been going on and Ibis managed to kill that 5th base, there is a greater Spire on the way.
So there is, and again, this is kind of like rounding out the late game tech from the Zerg player when there's this many Immortals and this many, well, actually not that many Archons. But again, you do end up needing to clear this out. And Immortals, very good Protoss ground unit versus Zerg. Back in the day when Nurture used to complain about them, and he was right then and he's still right now. They're really
Immortals continue to be good unit.
They are, until the next patch.
Is there anything the next patch doesn't break?
No. They are getting a slight nerf next patch. Actually, it's a quite big nerf, but they're getting a nerf. Anyway, we see this engagement going on here. You have to be really careful. There's lurkers with good upgrades from a distance.
Both players do have a significant bank as well. It's interesting to note.
And a huge Ling run by with a few lurkers coming down here. This is distracting Zain. Zain's actually pulling back from that army fight at the front here. And he's starting to lose a lot of probes, and if he loses this money base, actually could be critical. His army's got jumped on here, so he's having to turn around and engage. But Ibis with very good control.
The Tempests are winning against the Corruptors at the moment. They're doing pretty well. They're getting jumped on now. There's a Viper nearby, not really going to be able to yoink anything important.
But
the run by is still doing so much damage, now going to the natural, like you said.
Yeah, it's kind of like almost trading evenly, but not quite. But while behind that, he's losing everything. So this is suddenly the decisive move here.
As we said, both players have a huge bank, but the Zerg can remax quicker. The Corruptors are coming back in numbers, and because the Tempest did win the initial air fight, but when the second wave of Corruptors turn up, those Tempests are going to be so exposed.
Yes, exactly. And Tempests that don't fight DPS-wise very well are like more like a
sniping
siege,
unit.
Yeah, siege breaking sniping.
Yeah.
So
they are good against the Lurkers, though.
Yes, definitely. Lurkers can't shoot up, thankfully, until some future Zerg Cabal patch. Then the game really will be over. All right, if Lurkers can shoot up. And even here, right, even forcing out Storms or forcing these to morph into Archons is huge. Yeah, that's what he's going to go for. He's surrounding to force the High Templar to merge into Archons.
Good value from those Lings, right?
Yeah,
they're not going to do much else.
And even now,
that's a good warp in. Really good reaction.
But he's so annoying. He's going to borrow those detection here.
He does have an Observer with the army, thankfully. Zain wouldn't make that kind of mistake.
Yeah,
he's even got the Oracle as well.
But again, it's so easy to not pay attention and for a split second and just lose track of them.
All right, here's the second wave of Corruptors and even more Lurkers. There's a never-ending stream of the guys. And we'll see if this base is able to be established. I think it's going to get cancelled.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a difficult place to think, and maybe even they need to consider taking the base on the south side here.
Even closer to the Zerg. You said it was already a short rush distance.
Yeah, well, the short rush distance isn't also bad. If you can fortify it with cannons and batteries, then suddenly you've got this scary Skytoss army only a stone's throw away from the push.
They did really well hiding these carriers. He brings out 6 of them at once. I don't think Ibba was ready for that.
Yeah, that's definitely where his supply was during all this, which I also didn't notice, so yeah. He fooled me and I had full map vision.
The only thing is Zain has now spent his bank. I mean, so has Ibba. He's lost all his mineral bank. He does have a huge gas bank, but not a lot to do with it. But Zain is kind of caught back up in army supply, but has lost a huge number of workers. And the eco advantage for Ibba is huge.
Look at the mineral income. Almost 3 times as much for the Zerg player.
Zain does not have long left in this game, I feel.
Yeah, he might be able to turtle out. But yeah, his effective chance at winning is decreasing.
Basically, just Ibba's advantage is going to keep growing at a faster rate.
Yeah, exactly, right? Yeah. He has to either really play it slow and lock down and just never take a bad trade, or he needs to try and make something happen.
His main and his natural's completely mined out, right? He's just mining off of half a base at this point.
So the only advantage you can sort of take from this is that you shove really hard, you go down the middle, and then you don't let the Zerg be able to remax and get their forces together, and then the cost efficiency goes through the roof for the Protoss. But that's a hard one to happen. I wouldn't even mind, let's send the mothership around the side, around here, into the main and recall. And then you recall everything out. That's an Exo strategy right there.
Exo's tip of the day.
Yeah, Exo's tip of the day. Don't try this at home, kids. This is a professional sort of level.
Just the tip.
Okay.
There's an Ultralisk Cavern being built. We did talk about them at the beginning of the game, but it's actually happening now.
Yeah, exactly. Well, EPIC's upgrade route was kind of interesting. He went like one melee, missiles, and then he continued missiles, and now he's caught back up with melee. So, yes. Very good. And double Spire upgrades as well. Armor is really good for versus the carriers. And obviously attack is just nice to have as well. That really helps the Brutals more though. But again, the Viper's getting value just from yanking.
Didn't they yank a Stalker? What did they yank?
I thought it was an Oracle.
It makes more sense, yeah. I couldn't tell from the shards of broken Protoss on the floor
yes,
what it was.
Yeah.
Oracle makes more sense, and Zain is actually immediately rebuilding an Oracle, so I guess it was the Oracle.
Oracles have, such good value in the late game for just 2 supply as well.
Mm-hmm. You always want one just knocking
exactly.
About, right?
You don't really need a bunch of them, but just having one is really good. Interesting to see, what's the actual composition here? We have, 27 Corruptors, 9 Lurkers, 2 Vipers.
It's actually really not a lot on the ground anymore for Iber, right?
No, and again, that's where that, again, both players are transitioning out, but you need something on the ground for these so many High Templars with so much energy, right? So the Lurkers and or Ultras are what stops the High Templar from just reigning dominant.
Storming everything to bits.
Because it's like pure carrier in mass number trades very efficiently versus... pure Corruptor trades very efficiently versus carriers, but as soon as you let the storms go off, it completely changes.
Nice snipe on one of the Lurkers. We'll see how this engagement unfolds. The Corruptors are getting really close and getting stormed horribly, but they do regenerate health.
They do regenerate health, kind of slowly, but again, Zane's really just slowing this game down to a grind here.
He's taking a good fight here. He's actually going to get a bunch of free Lurkers.
All of the Lurkers, in fact, might go down here.
Oh my god, now Iber has no ground army, but he is building a new one, and they're Ultralisk shaped.
7 Ultralisk shaped Lurkers that don't attack underground.
They do burrow.
They can, but they can.
I think it's hilarious that they can burrow, but
I always wanted to pull off the Ultralisk ambush. You have like a circle of Ultralisk burrowed, and then as you walk in the middle, they
just trap them and they can't. Nah, your unit is not trapped. It's the worst force field ever.
The best force field ever, if you can pull it off.
Lots of chunky boys. But
Zain getting very far forward with this. Again, he's quite confident. There were some investors that were being made, and those 7 Ultras are now popping. So Zain's on a very big timer here. He might just cloak and go home. I'm about to say, you'd always know that about 30 to 60 seconds after you wipe a Zerg army, that's when they're back.
That's when the Ultras are coming.
Right? Because it takes a while for them to build, but or it takes a while for Hydras to then morph into Lurkers.
Much like Zain hid his carriers until the last moment when Iber was on top of him, Iber seems to be hiding the Ultras now, and at some point they're going to spring a trap.
Oh no, the mothership was exposed! Minus 300, I think it's still 300 this batch.
Why was it not moving?
I don't know, he must have not hotkeyed it.
Yeah, it must have been in a separate hotkey and he just forgot to bring it back with the rest of the army.
I will say, right, I am glad they're making it bigger again, because I felt the Diddy mothership, I wasn't joking when it was here, it felt like it was part of the map. It didn't, I almost didn't recognize it.
Bring back the mothership core.
Oh no, that's
all
a
I'm
different
saying.
era that is. Now we have the Ultras pushing onto this base. He wants to line the mining of Zain, and then just have to trade inefficiently if needs be.
Iber's hand is shown. He's trying to bait out the Tempest to try and snipe the Ultras, and the Corruptors are going to sweep on in. Here we go.
Oh, huge fungal on absolutely everything, and the Ultras get on top of everything. Still a bunch of storms going down here, and they're stacking on everything. Iber tries to split as best he can, but all of these Corruptors are now in red health as they go down, and actually there's still quite a few carriers left.
I think the carriers are going to beat the Corruptors, and then there's going to be nothing to protect the Ultras.
Yeah, but look at the supply. The supply does not lie, as 22 more Corruptors are being built. The Ultras are still going on a rampage here, as one Immortal tries to hold the line down, but it's not quite enough. The Ultras are actually kind of ignoring it, and it's getting a lot of shots off. So many red health Ultras now, as the carriers do come back. He technically might be able to hold this army, but next time, that was a burrowing Ultras. That was about to burrow, yes. I swear.
We saw it. It happened. It's a real thing that can happen. But as you said, the the Corruptors were going to come across the map. There wasn't much more that could be done there, and Iber takes a long game 1.
Yeah, wow, really grind. Well, what was I say? I'm glad we haven't seen that many late game scenarios.
Yeah.
And that was a nice 20-minute solid game. Both players, they were playing it properly. Zain didn't a lot of Protoss like to rush into start Sky Toss if they want to play that style.
Yep.
Zain went properly. He tried to do stuff on the ground, but Iber was always willing and always ready to play that late game.
Yeah, he naturally transitioned as and when the game kind of changed through its various phases. We saw the Tempest, we saw the carriers, and then ultimately, the Ultras came in and wrecked Zain's day. We'll see which one which map the next game will be on. It looks like it's going to be Oceanborn, and we'll get shortly into game number 2 with IBA 1-0 up in this series.
Yeah. Go,
Just checking that the players are ready.
Yeah, actually, Ibba said something funny in the pre-game lobby last game, which I'm going to see if I can find right quickly. Oh man, yeah, they're calling me slow. Okay. They were always saying that. Ibba was saying, oh, I don't know if the stream isn't ready or if the casters aren't ready. You know, like, oh, what's going on, something like that.
Usually we're chatting rubbish, so
yeah,
it's definitely us.
And it's right. We have to like lean down and type to go. So yes.
Let's get on into the game. Don't keep the players waiting any longer.
Exactly. So young Ibba, when you watch this, yeah, it's me. I'm slow. And Zain confirmed that I'm slow.
We're old now,
and
unlike you.
And I mistyped ready as well. I'm like, all right, well, come on, guys. I'm leaning down over here. Oh, okay. So spawning in the bottom right on Oceanborn, it is the UK's young star player. His name is Ibba.
And in the top left-hand corner of Oceanborn, LE in the green trunks, it is the Protoss, Zain.
There we go. Nice. Well, like I say, a very... Hang on, I'm still zoomed up. Yeah, very nice game 1.
Yep.
Like I say, we saw it go the distance.
Back to more mellow circumstances in the early game.
Again, the first few minutes, nice and chill in PvZ, unless one player is doing crazy stuff.
I don't think we're going to see that. It's not really Zane's style. To do that kind of thing, especially not against Ibba, I don't think.
No, yeah. I'm about to say, it's. I'm interested to see if Zain will try and commit more to like an earlier timing, even if it's a 3-base timing. But Ibba is so solid that it's really hard to do. So a big problem with this matchup, or not a problem, a big important part that separates good Zerg players from great Zerg players is knowing how much they can get away with in the early game, right? So the classic thing is that, you know, if you see a Stargate, you can kind of get a few spores and kind of get to 66 drones. Not necessarily for free, but, you know, there are these benchmark for drone timings that Zerg players have. But obviously the higher up you go, the more sophisticated that goes. So it's like Ibra in the last game got the Archon drop, right? And once he got the Archon drop, he's just like, he knew he could secure a late game and that Zain cannot stop him from going to a late game.
Yeah.
And if he's confident in playing that out, he could just do that. And Ibra will continue to find those kind of moments.
Yeah, absolutely.
To take the game into a place where he wants it to be.
Yeah, so we see the fun little drone probe dance where the probe tries to keep the drones off the minerals. Ibra's having none of it, making sure those drones keep their job, mining away and getting all those tasty minerals. It's interesting. Did you catch any of Zane's games against Risky yesterday?
No, because they played quite late.
They did play pretty late on in the day in the group stage.
No, I was watching behind. Yes, I was watching behind Zain, first person.
Yeah, the only game I saw of that series, Zain was full in on Blink Stalkers. I don't know if you remember that one.
Yeah, I know that one.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if he brings out the Blink
again.
Actually. He had, I think, 2 Stargates, but was basically fully committed to Blink Stalkers. I looked at the post-match graph. He actually had like quite a significant supply lead after one particular engagement. But when Risky remaxed up with the Lurkers, it was kind of a lost cause at that point.
I'm trying to remember how it got to that stage, because it was a little bit unusual, but I can't remember. But we do see a Stargate in this game. Again, Zain likes to open up fairly standard. I wonder if he tried something different versus Risky. I don't think he did. I think it was a Stargate opening. Oh, where's the Oracle?
Yeah, he definitely had 2 Stargates, so I assume he built one pretty early on, but then maybe went for some sort of timing with Blink to try and do some damage.
Interesting. Even earlier third. So last game it was like 345, 350-ish. This game, 315.
That's a huge time.
Yeah. And Ibba sees it and is like, hey, bruv, what you doing here?
Not having any of this.
What is blood going on about? If I can get that phrase in there. And here we have a few links. These few links aren't going to be able to do much themselves. He's still building the spore because you still need it. There's still a Stargate. But yeah, I'm interested to see what can really be done here.
Yep, for sure.
Yeah, the second gateway is still not even done. So it's very limited units, but again, unless Ibba really want to hold down the Zerg key and do something crazy.
Hold down the Zerg key.
Yeah, they sometimes do it, all right.
They do. Sometimes they just go. But it seems like he's just going to go, yeah, okay, I see what you've done. I'm going to drone. It's fine.
Yeah. Again, it's an interesting kind of gambit because obviously Ibba is comfortable playing the late game. Oh, but we do have the Glaives follow-up. I love this. Is this 5 gate is a common thing of this, or is it 4?
I see 4 so far.
It's 4 so far, but I think he has enough income to manage maybe even 6, but I don't know how hard he wants to commit to it. He might not want to commit to it.
Yeah.
Warping them in the main so they stay hidden.
Yep, makes sense.
Very nice thing. The Oracle is probably still on the map somewhere. Where is that? Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, the Oracle's just doing its job. Scouting, going to probably cast Revelation on a few things here and there.
Yeah, it gets in, gets harassed by Queens. I don't know if it saw the lair right there. It did see the lair, yeah. But the lair's not done, so it's nothing too panicky. If the lair, it's kind of an early lair. Sometimes it starts around 5 minutes, but here we are at 5 minutes and it's 3/4 of the way done. But that might be Eba just being greedy, being like, well, I don't need to defend against a bunch of stuff because I know you went for a really greedy third yourself, so I can actually delay lair or get an earlier lair and tech up quicker myself.
So we see a lot of Shady Boys, and they are going to go across the map now. And they've been scouted immediately.
Yes, and Iba immediately turns around with these things, goes, oh no, I've got to go home, because how many units does he have? He has 10 lings on the map right now. He's now building 7 roaches, but even 7 roaches can't be in all the places at once, and it's going to be really good to see how Zain controls this. What mineral lines does he focus on? Does he split up the adepts? Does he keep them all together? There's a lot of things you can do here. Yeah, hard wall off. That's a very smart thing. That does wall some of the roaches on the inside, but Zain's got enough vision and enough queens to like actually pressure this back. Yeah, when I did the unit count, I didn't count the queens. 6 queens. It's important.
Yeah, queens are units too. The wall was cancelled so that some roaches could get out and then replaced and cancelled again, which is really smart play. So far, these shades are not getting anything done. These queens have done a great job pushing stuff away, and unlike the last game, Iba did push out his creep spread a lot better, so the queens can come and engage on the front.
Yeah, exactly, and yeah, Zain's going to have to go with the, oh well, I guess I need to trade out the adepts and get some value out of them, might as well kill some queens.
I think he's going to let the shade complete? No.
Oh no, I was about to click there because I thought he was going to do it.
Yeah.
Now he's going double robo behind this, very similar to last game. But again, I'm interested to see if he's going to try and hit a different timing or if it's going to be a more committed 3-base timing, or whether he's going to go into that late game again. We see a similar game of game number 1. But he goes, I can do it better this time.
Yep, forced some units obviously out of the Zerg, so kept the Zerg's economy back as well, so it's still fairly even overall.
Yeah, I think, I thought he was going to let that one finish. In fact, so did Eba. He actually pre-pulled.
Pulled the boys.
Eba is so quick. He was ahead of time itself there.
It's in the future.
Yeah, exactly. And it should be worth pointing out that this game's had a slower mid-game because Zain's built the Adepts, which forced Iba to build a bunch of roaches. He didn't really want to build.
He didn't build any roaches last game.
And yeah, he completely skipped roaches the last game. So interesting.
Does having these roaches around help Zain engage in the future, perhaps?
Potentially, because he's going double robo immortal. If he attacks soon and Ibra is only just maxed out, but a lot of the supply is in roaches, then
yeah, because last time I checked, immortals are really good against roaches.
They are, in fact, really good against roaches. It's very true.
Look at them scurry.
Scurry. And this is a powerful little army, though, with no force fields and no shield battery.
It's unlike Zain not to have at least 1 sentry with this army, right? I guess he's just been so busy building adepts.
Oh, okay, and this is the perfect moment. Like, Ibra is like, I need to get rid of these roaches, so I'm going to attack in. And I actually thought he was going to get at least 2 or 3 of them. Okay, so he gets 2 of the...
Two immortals is pretty good, I think, for that ball of roach, right?
Yeah, so he made 15 roaches, 16, 17 roaches, and he took out 2 immortals for them, kind of a thing. And he only killed 2 adepts. Only 2 adepts went down, so again...
It's not cost effective, but he probably would rather have the supply at this point.
Yes, exactly, yeah. And he gets to see what's doing. And again, even killing 2 immortals is still 2 immortals. Like, like you've already...
They take a long time to replace. They take a lot of money to replace, and there's only so many robos that Zain is realistically going to build.
Exactly, yeah. So... You know, you get something for the unit. If they were still sitting back here now and there's 6 immortals here and there's a more buffer in front of it, the roaches do even less, you know?
Zain managing to cancel the 5th base while he secures his own 4th in the background.
Yeah, though he doesn't have an observer, so this creep tumor is still active. Ah, yeah, he spots it, I would say. Sometimes it's hard to know when you just like cancel a hatchery.
Whether the creep was from the hatchery or not.
Yeah, though I think that was a cancel.
That was all the way up the ramp, so
yeah,
it was fairly obvious.
He knew it was... Again, Iba being very diligent, seeing that this base hasn't been taken yet. Always a good thing to scout, though Zain might be coming here. I feel like this is such a... I always wonder why Zergs don't go muta switches more.
Yeah, none of this stuff shoots up except for that one Archon.
One Archon now.
I feel like mutas are just a bit of a weird one, right? They're great for harassing, but like, you can't split them. And
I always ask Zergs, and they always say, well, if the Protoss decides to attack randomly, you just die. So
yeah, that is always the risk.
Yeah, you die as
because they don't kill stuff quick enough to stop it from destroying all of your base.
Okay, but now again we have a healthy amount of lurkers out here, and we have adaptive talons coming up. I don't know if Seismic Spines has already done it. Is So yeah, we're going back in, and again, it looks like Zain really wants to make something happen with this type of army, but it's really struggling to find an opening versus Thing. He doesn't even have any force field, so he can't like force field the Lings out.
Yeah, you can't go too deep on the creep. He did try and rotate around and get the cancel again, but I think it's gonna be established this time. The fifth base, sorry.
Yeah, I don't think he can get there. These two lurkers dedicated to it is quite nice. He can rotate his whole army and come around the top here, but that's still a hard thing to deny. And definitely no cancel as it is now finished, but whether Eber will be able to mine comfortably off it for a long time, we will have to wait and see. We do have something going in. Oh, okay, it's an Overseer. There's no... Oh, the Changeling blocks the thing. I think that's unintentional, just coincidental. But now we have the big fight in the front. I'm looking at cute shit while this is happening over here.
A couple of lurkers do go down that were poorly positioned, but Zain has to respect that he's quite deep on creep. I thought that was an Oracle, but it's actually a Warp Prism. It didn't warp anything in, though, because the Queen pushed it away.
Yeah, he wants to save that. Adepts now going into the mid-natural, and they're going to actually commit this time.
Yep, big commit.
Now finally causing a lot of problems for Eber to have to deal with in
I think Zain can take this fight. He turned around with the Zealots, but actually the Storms are really good. There's only a couple of lurkers there, and the Immortals got a few kills.
He doesn't know how many more there is, so he's like going back here. He's still having to control this fight here. Coming back and taking out lurkers that were dealing with the reinforcements. He's still got 1 or 2 storms. In fact, this Stormy Boy might... Oh, no, he's only got 50 MP.
Yeah, it was just short, but he's got 9 drones. Those Adepts in the natural actually haven't been cleaned up. He's traded out quite a lot of Adepts, but it was kind of worth it at this point, I think.
Yeah, the War Prism did go down during that. It must have tried to poke back in and did
Zain
go
attacking
down
on 3 fronts. That's kind of insane.
Yeah, this is the kind of thing you got to stress the player, but Eber is young and he stresses it a lot here. We have a lot of workers going down.
Clean the mineral line in the 5th as well. There was a few more units in the 5th at the top there. The Zealots cleared out that one, which is how we got to 15 drones killed. Zain taking a drone lead now, despite being on one, well, now the same number of bases because that base just exploded.
Yes. Very strong play here from Zain. Again, being active and making
like you said, he was
happen.
trying to get something done, and he definitely got something done.
Yes, exactly. Definitely was able to get something done. And again, rebuild the War Prism, now coming out onto the map with that. Very important thing, a very important tool for the Protoss to have here, as he's starting that carrier transition. And these carriers might pop just in time to stop it. Oh, Zain actually noticed this and knew that the tactic would come. But because the cannon didn't finish in time, this is going to...
Nidus is going to finish, and what's coming out? A bunch of lurkers, I assume. Yeah, here we go.
No.
Oh, no.
Meanwhile, we do have Zain trying to go across the map, but no, now he's going to come back home.
He's going to have to recall something, because he's not cleaning this up anytime soon unless he shows his hand, which he's going to do.
Yeah.
Here come the boys. The carriers are going to hopefully be able to do their job and finish off all the Hydra here.
Yeah, and gets everything back into the lurk. Oh, that's so low health, but he wouldn't.
I think he intentionally left it because he probably would have lost a lot to kill all the Hydras if they'd stayed. Because he started attacking the Nidus and then he changed to attack the Hydras instead. Maybe because the auto attack took priority. But I think it was actually the right choice because if he had tried to stop them escaping, he would have potentially lost a carrier.
Yeah, no, you might be right there. And during that, this base was denied. There was some action going on here. I think a Ling was denying the probe. Zain was able to clear it up and start it during the commotion, but...
He's forced Iber to take the lower base now because of the number of times he's cancelled the 5th that Iber was taking previously.
Exactly, yeah.
And a good run by here with some Zealots, going to get a bunch more drones. Not going to quite equal the 18 probes that he lost from the Nidus, though.
That is exactly
Worker supply is still really close, and Zain's army supply is getting out of control.
Yeah, exactly, and he's starting to, like I say, build a really good unit.
Drop in the main, drop in the 3rd. Everything is going on at the moment, and Zain is really stretching Iber. This is good play.
He's stretching me out as well. I'm trying to keep
the Observer can't keep up.
Yeah, exactly. And here we have huge engagement here. Great spread on the Immortals as it goes through here. The natural is also being ransacked, and Zain is going to take game number 2.
We have a tied series between these two. What a fantastic match there from Zain.
Zain providing all the Epic Land content today so far.
It was only a really minor change to the way he set up at the beginning of the game, right? But it made actually a huge snowball of difference throughout the rest of the match. That little push that forced the roaches, and then all of a sudden he was able to get a huge ball of Archons. There were no Archons.
Immortals.
Huge ball of Immortals, and they did the job there.
Yeah, that's fantastic, and it was really great to see him, like I say, take that adjustment from last game. So, okay, if I play passive and go to the late game, it's not good for me. It might not be good for me. So let's make stuff happen, and then I'm going to have to be really proactive and really force an issue on these bases, right? You know, like you can't take this 5th base, you can't take this 5th base. I'm gonna get a War Prism in. If you kill it, I'm gonna rebuild the War Prism,
Yep, like you said, it's really important. Keep rebuilding those warp prisms. Looks like the third map's going to be Site Delta, and when we get into the lobby, just a shout out again to our sponsors, Intel, for sponsoring the whole event. They've provided a really cool escape room over there that you did yesterday, a zombie-themed escape room with like Intel history as part of the puzzles that you have to solve, which is amazing. So as always, shout out to Intel for sponsoring this event. Shout out as well to Overclockers for providing a fantastic booth downstairs with all the PC equipment, and also Republic of Gamers as well for providing the monitors that we're casting on, which are also fantastic for this event. We're just getting into the lobby. Well, and it looks like Indy has joined us to cast this series, so I guess Gerald's game is already over.
Yeah, Gerald must be in between things. So yeah, we're getting dual cast with the Polish.
Don't know what that series could have possibly ended already, given that it started around the same time as this one.
Well, to be fair, we've had 2 longer games here. So
we did have 2 like 15-20 minute games. So perhaps he's played a full 3-0 series.
Yes, very possible.
He did have the
who was he up against, do you know?
Mix, I think.
Oh, okay, yeah, Mix is, that would have been interesting.
It would have been interesting to see what races Mix got in that one.
Yeah, that's always interesting.
I think we've got a black screen. Hopefully this will come back,
which
it did.
Okay.
Mix just came off of playing against Larimbo?
Yes.
Who did not want to play Mix's Zerg and got Zerg 3 times in a row and lost 3-0.
Really?
He was very upset about it.
Oh, my lord.
So that was such a shame, but we are in game, and let's talk a bit more about game number 3 of this best of 5 between Ibra and Zain.
Yeah, let's talk about it. I mean, yeah, the first 2 minutes, I'm not sure what much to talk about.
We can carry on talking about Mix.
I was actually going to follow up to your shout out to the Intel experience. Yeah, if anyone's at LAN and watching it, it's really good, the Intel thing. I kind of came out of it, I was like, I wasn't that good. But the more I think about it, the more I'm like,
actually, it
was a really cool experience.
They've got like actors, right?
Yeah. So you have to...
don't spoil it too much.
I don't want to spoil it too much, but there are certain rules, like they come in, they say, oh, this is the story I had, right? I went in and I said, have you read the rules? And I was like, yeah, I read the rules. And then I quickly checked. I was like, have I read the rules? And I read, and it was like, do not touch the actors. I was like, oh, there are actors in this.
That you clearly not read the rules.
Yeah, I clearly did not read the rules. And then they were going through the health and safety, and they were like, yeah, okay, everyone's, all the actors professionally trained. There may be some contact. And I was like, contact? You mean we're not allowed to touch the actors, right? But they're allowed to touch us now. And they were like,
they're going to rugby tackle you. Did they not tell you that?
And
it's a full contact sport.
And I was like, you say contact? I was like, would that be? How do you mean, like unintentional? And they were like, no, it'll be intentional.
no, they'll be coming for you.
They were like, you have a weapon system. You'll need to use it. I was like, oh, okay. I don't know what
that's all we need
to
say. That's all we need to say. Maybe that's a little tease for the crowds to come check out the Intel experience here.
And there is a point system, and there is a prize for the someone
I didn't
with
know
the
that.
yes. So there's a point system in it. And there will be a prize for the team that gets the most points at the end of the weekend.
Fantastic. So, what's been happening in this game? We didn't introduce the players.
Oh, yeah.
We've got Zain in the bottom right, Ibra in the top left. You know who it is. We've been watching them for nearly an hour now. Hopefully people know what's going on at this point.
Yes, we have fairly everything so standard. The only thing that happened this game that is of note is that Zain blocked the just with a probe. Just goes.
Oh, just probe, doing a spinny spin.
Sometimes you do spend the minerals. If he has 25 lost minerals, he doesn't. You can probe block. You can pylon block to make it longer. The main reason you do this is because Protosters like to open Twilight and do Glaive Adepts. And if you do Glaive Adepts, it hits at a time where this base isn't fully mining yet, but this base is, and this base is more exposed. So the Glaive Adepts can get in.
You get more damage because there's more drones.
Yeah. The more drones are more exposed.
Is there any value? I assume not because of the lost mining time, but I'm going to ask this dumb question anyway. Would there be any value to the Zerg moving their drones once the second base is established so that they're less exposed?
Potentially, yeah, but it's just for the Protoss doing very little, like they scout a little bit earlier, then they force all the drones to go from the main to the third rather than the main to the natural, which is a short distance.
Yep.
And then if they do
then you have to pull them back and again, go back, more lost mining time. Yeah.
So again, it's very low commitment for Protoss to do it. And again, like Zain, he's still going for a Stargate. He's just kind of mixing it up.
He's got his opening.
Yeah, and sometimes it just forces the Zerg player to have to scout more because this is a telltale sign that it will be Twilight Council, but it's not guaranteed. And if you suddenly go, well, I don't need to make spores now, and then an Oracle flies in, you can end up losing more drones, as well as like the lost mining time. So it also might be that, again, I wasn't super close paying attention in the last few matches, but it might be that Zain has been looking at the replays very quickly and going, oh, you've been going 17 hatch. you're not trying to take an earlier hatch to avoid me hatch blocking you.
So I'm going to hatch
so
block
I'm going to hatch block you. Yeah, which I think is a really smart,
That's a
in
smart
a best-of series,
identification. Yeah.
something to do.
Well, those Shady Boys have made their way back home safely. Didn't want to linger too long on the map once the Lings were around and about. I didn't even do that one on purpose. Linger on the map.
Hey, yeah, you're good at these. Okay, Zain's going to commit 2 drones and get out. Yep. Again, that seems to be like Zain's like standard damage. Is like, yeah, I know I can get 2 drones and get out. Do take a bit of hull damage, which is never the best, but it's kind of like there's like an equilibrium to those things, because if the Zerg builds like has 2 queens and the spore, you don't get 2 drones, but then they built the extra spore. So it's like it always like the existence of it forces damage, and it's a surprisingly like common thing.
Yeah, absolutely. The Oracles force the Overlord out of position, and the Stalker should be able to clean that up.
Yeah, but the Lings are trying to come in to clean up the Stalker. Recall it, Zain. Oh no, he's
Would it be quick enough? No, he's just going to kill everything with the Oracle instead.
I think the recall would have been just quick enough to survive the for the Stalker to survive, but it would have been like on red health.
Yeah.
But then he does burn some extra energy, and we're not in the new patch yet where you can clock
charge it back
energy,
up.
Yeah, on the thing.
Yeah.
Looking. I actually am. I'm kind of more hopeful about the patch now that it's been a few days. I played some PTR.
Yeah, you played some games on yesterday, didn't you?
On the Big Brain Bout,
the Big Brain Bout
stream. Yeah. I went 0-3 though. It happened. But
well, I think overall Epic Man did quite well, right?
Yeah. We went. It was a draw. There were 4
like
matches.
An 0-3, a 3-0, like kept flip-flopping back and forth, didn't it?
Actually, yes.
How did Paddy's games go? They went to game 5, right?
It was incredible. He was down 0-2, and he did the reverse sweep. And game 3 went on. Every time I looked over, I was like, this game is still going on? I thought he was dead. And then I was like, oh, I thought Patty was dead. And then I thought the other guy was dead. I can't remember his name. It's DCA or something? I don't know how you pronounce it.
Sorry, I've forgotten as well.
Yeah. But, it was really, really intense series. Oh, this time we have Blink coming up.
Yeah, so we talked about it earlier on. We saw a game where Zain went heavy into Blink Stalkers. He's already got a load on the map. Ibis should know at this point. That's what's happening here.
It's fair.
And Zain tends to make a lot of Stalkers when he has Blink Stalkers.
If you go big, you go hard, That's
so how many gateways are we up to
6,
now?
I think, now. Yeah, 6 now,
6
just
gates
finishing.
just finishing. So, yeah, there's going to be a lot more Blinky Boys coming online. And we'll see if he can get any damage done with them. I think, as we said before, like he got stuck on them against Risky, couldn't get off it, and kind of ended up losing the long game. But there was a time where he did a lot of damage, and maybe he's thinking, you know what, I can kill Ibba with these.
Yeah, I just like that Zain is being active and showing different styles, right? Like,
yes.
He could potentially try doing the exact same thing again and just seeing if he can make it work. But I like he's giving Ibba more to think about, and really testing him and making sure, hey, this kid is young, he's really good, but does he know the whole variety of playstyles? Yes, but it's worth testing him on that.
Sometimes you have to ask the question.
Exactly. Unfortunately, Zain
missed the scout on that by like a fraction of a second. That was heartbreaking.
Do you know what? There's sometimes you get like observer, like tunnel vision, and I was like, why didn't he just say he was about to build a hatch there? But obviously, Zain doesn't know that.
Why didn't he have cheats on? Why couldn't he see what his opponent was doing and where his units were rallied? How weird.
Exactly. Now, Roach speed is finishing up, so this is the first game where Ibba might stay on Roaches for a kind of more intentional, longer period of time. Hydra Den is finishing as well as the Infestation Pit, so looks like a Lurker follow-up. But he wants to have something a bit more beefy to be able to fight the Stalkers, which is absolutely fine. And Stalker and Oracle is actually a great combination, as invented by our Lord and Savior hero, who did it, actually a few years back now. God, so weird to think about. I think it was 2022 you started doing that.
Yep, Roaches and Lings cannot attack Oracles.
Yep, exactly. And the Stalkers have a lot of mobility. The Lings are coming in for a surrounder. Forward blink early. I think, Zain saw the Roaches coming in from the side and knew that he couldn't try and trade and then blink one individually back. You've just got to get out sometimes. Yeah,
he still hasn't scouted the fifth base that has gone up there, but that's fine.
Yeah, and now we have the Hive coming in the way, so the Infestation Pit did not take long, and we have the Storm and the
Storm and the Charge.
Lurkers.
Yeah, so it looks like Zane's not going to get stuck on Blink this time. I think he's identified the perhaps mistake he made yesterday in the Risky series, and he's going to try and transition out into Storm.
Yeah, very wise decision. Getting these early Stalkers and having the Oracles gives you a surprising amount of map control, and it does mean that this fourth base can get up earlier and quicker.
He's been completely, unmolested at home.
Unmolested,
It's true.
God damn. And, So, and now we have a trickling of Hydras coming out, and all being morphed into Lurkers. And is there a bit of a timing here? I don't think so. No, I think it's just poking to deal with the creep.
Yeah, just clearing up the creep, pushing it back again.
It's unfortunate because if he went this way, yeah, he would have caught the 3 lurkers morphing, which would have been really nice.
Iba's creep spread is very thin, right? It's a straight
linear,
one creep tumor just doing its job.
Yeah, it's honest work.
Yeah.
This actually is really annoying to get past because the vision of the vision blocker means you can't get past it very easily. Oh, we do have an engagement going on in the middle. Just an oracle, a few roaches going down. Storm about to be done, but there are no stormy boys here.
I guess they're all at home, or has he not built any yet? Even if they're charging up energy somewhere.
Charging up energy. He's got 9 actually.
Wow, they're all at home. The gang's all here.
9. Unbelievable. And now the Spire starts coming down. Only a single Spire, so he's not rushing to double Spire this game. Maybe he's, he spent more money on the roaches. He's not quite maxed out. Doesn't want to commit to
double Spire just for upgrades, right?
Yeah, double Spire is for upgrades. Yeah. You can also get like +1 and a faster greater Spire. But oh, here we have a huge counter attack. Lurkers walk down in the middle, and this is a very dangerous spot on this map between the natural and the third. There's not a huge
Hydras did really well to protect their lurkers there because the Immortals were about to collapse on them, but the Hydras pushed those back, and now Storms are going to have to be burned to get down this ramp.
Oh, yeah, and actually, yeah, they're going to need to start burning them very soon. But there's a very wide concave here, and these Storms actually aren't hitting that much. But there's not that much ground army here to go with it, as actually a 6th base is being taken and being pressured at the same time. This match heated up very quickly. We have the Stalkers coming in from the back, but a load of splash damage goes on. A few High Templars go down, but a few do stay alive. So.
Yeah, Zain didn't have an observer at home, so he had to burn the Revelation to see how much was actually there. He had kind of no idea how many lurkers were down the ramp, and he didn't want to push down preemptively, but clean that up now, and the roaches are still trying to get value.
Yeah, these roaches are getting like another 10-15 roaches, and they're getting a few workers here. They did deny this base, so actually they're overall worth, kind of worth it during that. But I do wonder if he just had them all here, could he have like broken the ramp maybe? Probably not, actually. There was a lot of Immortals here.
I think he just didn't have the critical supply of lurkers yet to really do that. It was a nice little attempt. Definitely distracted. Oh, he lost 10.
Yeah, he's lost 10 in the whole game. I think
most of them were there. Yeah, that's insane. He's losing more. 2 more. Good
great
transfuse. Yeah. These spines are not yet finished, so there's a chance here for Zain to get on top of this base.
Yeah, and it looks like he's going to commit to it. Storms the Queens as well. Not enough energy to transfuse much of them.
Nice surround coming from Iba though. Will these lurkers get burrowed in time, or will Zain be able to get out? Is he going to have to recall?
Oh, he doesn't have adaptive Talon, so that actually does make a difference. Even though there are a few big splash spines coming on here. Forces another thing, and actually a lot of army going down here. Oh, it doesn't feel so good. But during all this, chaos is going on as a double Zealot run by. And it looks like Zerg wanted to come across the map, but he wasn't able to. We've got everything going on now all over the place.
Zain's attention was certainly split. We didn't see the run by with the Zealots that have killed 23 drones now. So that's really good for the worker supply, but his army supply dwindled during that fight. He didn't take a good engagement, lost a bunch of Immortals, and we saw how important that high Immortal count was in the previous game.
Exactly. Only lost 4 Immortals total, but
he just didn't build very many in the first place.
He only has 4 now, so not ideal thing. No extra lurkers went down, still only at 10. But yeah,
that's crazy.
The actual overall resources lost still in favor of Zain, which is what you would expect in this matchup. We have the Eba Overseer, or otherwise known as the Nidus Overseer, because I assume at some point he's going to build a Nidus again. He's been trying that every game.
He's a little guy riding on the back of the Overseer.
Oh, that's just like the extra thing in like observer mode. I think it's always there, but it like goes higher. It
attaches to it or something. Yeah. Another Ling room by not going to get anything done. Zain's expanded obviously to the south, so the Lings aren't going to catch a base on the way out either.
Interesting how this keeps happening. They keep going on like
they love going
near side, the near side of the map to each other. We do have that carrier transitioning coming in now as we have the first few popping out. And again, I like a forward base with a lot of static defense. Suddenly you can if you can cut off this part, suddenly you have these 2 bases as well.
And
really obviously you're giving up the top bases for that, but
I think Protoss cares.
Yeah, it allows you to put on a lot of pressure.
And as we said before, this like trail of creep tumors, why can I not remember the word creep tumor, are very easy to clean up with 1 observer and a little strike force.
Wow. I don't know how much... Iba hasn't seen all the extra Stargates in the thing, but he has gone... okay, well now he's seen it, so he was already building Corruptors, but his Corruptor upgrades aren't actually all there yet.
Because of the 1 Spire?
Yeah, 1 Spire and the fact I don't think he was prioritizing it. He is now starting a Nidus and a 2nd Spire. So yeah, +1 Carapace coming up. That's a more important upgrade for fighting carriers.
Now this is looking a bit more like game 1, but I think Zain has a better foothold on the map this time than he had in game 1. He's a bit more forward, he's a bit more out and controlling, pushing back the creep.
Yeah, Mothership on the way as well, a bit of a lag spike, but we're okay. Yeah, and again, it's interesting to see how the control wants to change over this. Ling on this base, I love EPIC with the Lings on these bases, because even if you don't, it's just confirmation that it's not being taken yet. It's not even about denying it, it's about just confirmation that, hey, we're 15 minutes or we're 14 minutes into the game, this base still hasn't been taken. And he's
positioning towards the south, like you said he could do. But obviously, EPIC having that confirmation that he's not gone north means that EPIC could send a strike force later to the south and potentially clean that up.
Exactly.
Good snipes on the carriers.
Yeah, and nice feedback as well. Feedback, I think, versus Vipers is sometimes better than killing them, because Zerg has tons of money anyway. And if you kill them, it takes them longer to recharge passively. And if they have to corrupt a building, then they have to that's extra attention they have to do that. So it can be really good to just feedback them. Obviously, you do want to.
So we've got some Lings that we're going to do a run by, but some Zealot run bys have gone into the 3rd or 4th. Sorry,
yeah,
my math is bad. It was the 3rd. They're not going to get anything done there.
Yeah, the triangle base, as I like to call it. The main, the natural, the triangle.
In this base as well?
There's two stalkers.
Go on.
Dancing around lurker spines. I love to see it.
They got 5 drones, those 2 stalkers.
Yeah,
so
man.
I mean, I guess he just had them knocking around from earlier on in the game, and he was like, well, I might as well do something.
There might have been 4 at the start as well, and we missed 2 die. Because 4 one-shot a drone. We do have the, the Nidus Overseer, which I feel like it's going to put one here soon. Oh, Ling Rumbai finally gets in. Zain's defense has been very good. I like this 2-tier wall as well, but however, there's not quite enough there. And now Lings do get into the main. This is just an extra attention thing. Meanwhile, Zain is going, well, this is my push timing, actually, so I don't care what you're doing, because I've also got a Mothership to the top. He's going to go for the big recall play. He's going to snipe this base and go for the recall. Go, 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 go.
The base is going down. He has made the Mothership visible, though, so it's not going to be a surprise anymore. Maybe he's just going to fake it.
No, no.
No, he's doing it.
He's absolutely doing it. What
a he's going to get both bases. The base is nearly dead.
Here we go. Corruptors are in position, but there's not much ground army here, so the storms are absolutely huge.
Oh, my God.
And now he's got another recall if he wants to bunch everything together and use the Nexus. Huge lag spike, though. Okay.
That was a very unfortunate lag spike. I feel bad for the players, but hopefully they're able to keep carrying on.
They are indeed, but is there no Nexus recall?
Yeah, that's strange. I would have thought there was. The main is still being destroyed, but a lot more workers have gone down on EPIC's side than on Zain's as a result of this push. And EPIC has also lost 2 bases. It's actually looking pretty critical.
Yeah, exactly. There's so much money in the bank, but lava is such an important resource, and if he hasn't got enough, he can't do anything with it. He's going to have to morph these High Templars soon. Yeah, there it is. But the reinforcements are just coming out, and there's no War Prism
here. Is there a chance these Immortals get another base?
Sorry?
Could those Immortals kill the 3rd as well?
No,
they're going to get pushed away by the Hydras at last. Wait, the Archon's putting up a bit of a fight. And they finally do go down to the Hydras reinforcing.
Yeah.
EPIC taking a forward base now in a slightly northerly position, and also rebuilding his 4th.
Yeah, he's got Broodlords out now as well. So once the sky toss transition happens, sometimes when you take a big trade with Zerg, you can quickly flood with ground units and get in while the Zerg only has 15 corruptors left and not much else. But that's not going to happen because there's already a handful of Broodlords out. So it was just going to try and deny his mining as much as he can while he rebuilds that very powerful army at home. He's going 4 carriers and 2 Immortals at a time.
Zain kills 1 base, Zain cancels another base, gets a couple of drones on the way at the same time. But yeah, EPIC is really being starved out of lava at this point and is down on workers massively.
Yeah, and actually the bank isn't there either. They've got the bank.
Not got a lot going for him in this game.
Yeah, suddenly he's been really winded. Man, the tactic, the Mothership recall tactic, absolutely fantastic.
That was a pretty sick play.
Yeah, you'd love to see it.
Zain didn't seem to care about his main being attacked either. There was a bunch of idle drones in there that died, but really they weren't doing anything for him anyway, and he's got pretty, idle probes, and he's got pretty high probe count still regardless.
Yeah, I think in the later game when you've got all the tech and stuff, you want to be mining off a lot of gas as Protoss. But yeah, 60 odd 70 workers is totally fine, and I think he just rebuilt some to get to 70. Absolutely fine. Again, would be nice if he had at some point coincidentally just killed this Ling, so because it puts a lot of pressure on EPIC to
scout.
Yeah, but then EPIC might also not be aware that this base is here. He hasn't actually checked for that one, so he might think this is a closer econ game than he realizes. When actually Zain is actually starting to run ahead.
Very sneaky.
Again, I think something ran in here, but it was a single Ling.
Game appears to have chilled out for a second.
Yeah, both players are smacking each other really hard. Zain coming out ahead in the supply, but he's not quite ready to fight with his army yet.
He's not got the army that can end the game, right? He is maxed, but he's kind of just posturing at the moment and thinking about what his next move is.
Yeah, exactly. And it looks like,
Zealot run-bys might be a good shout, actually. This is the third time he's run Zealots straight through the middle of the map. He seems to be pretty confident that these will get some value.
Okay, actually. Okay, he killed a few Hydras with it. That's more than I expected. And now he's coming in again, absolutely rushing in. The mothership is about to spawn. Now, I don't know if the mothership recall timer resets when it dies.
How long would it be normally? Double yoink there is really nice for Iba. It gets 2 carriers for free.
I don't know how much it is normally. I think it's like 80 seconds.
So Iba's lost 8 more drones and another base. He's pegged back. Oh, and he's losing the one at the top as well to Zealots.
Oh, wow. Absolutely very active game here from Zain as he's really pushing Iba to the limit. Iba has to like hunker down, choose a side to defend. Either
one Zealot.
One Zealot in the main, yeah.
That's not going to do a lot of damage, is it?
I make this mistake all the time, right? You're like, I have this base, so I need to take it again. No, don't take it. Leave that base, take this base, and defend these.
To be fair, he did lose that base already.
He did lose, yeah, but now he's going to, like, it's easier to defend one side.
Yeah, he needs to commit to a side instead of spreading himself out if he's going to stay in this game.
I also want to see if there's one Zealot kills the side.
There's a chance.
No way. There's no way it should, but it might.
There is a non-zero chance. Right now, Iba's ears are being bombarded by your base is under attack.
Your base is under attack. Oh no, the Zealot. Brave Zealot. Deep in enemy territory.
Did a full third of its health.
Yeah.
Single-handedly. What a champ.
Yeah, okay, here we go, run and by, but this time I think that is Blink done? Yeah, of course, he opened Blink this game,
He opened Blink, yeah. So he's brought more Stalkers back into the game to Blink onto these Broodlords, and they're not going to get the kill.
Yeah, no, that's unfortunate, but...
Might lose a carrier here as well. Yeah, it's going to get yoinked.
This carrier is...
Unless...
This is a mothership recall as well. Yeah. Can I see the cooldown timer? I don't have tooltips on for it.
It's long.
It is long. I don't think it's as long. I don't think it's as long as the build time of the mothership.
Is it separate from the Nexus one? Or?
It is separate from the Nexus one, yeah. Oh. Which is really critical because in certain versus Terran and mass BCs, you actually have to use double recall in order to stop the because the BC teleport is less cooldown than the Nexus one. So you have to use the mothership as an intermediate.
The top base has gone down again. At this point, Iba is bleeding out of this game. He just cannot. He's long distance mining to his third because it's the only way he can get minerals at this point.
Yes.
The econ advantage for Zain is huge.
And this is the equivalent of that one Zealot, one Zergling now, trying to take down a base by itself. And again, Iba's aware of it, right? The pressure is on him. He's like, damn, the Protoss is continuing to expand, and I need to stop it. But I can't. I can barely hold my own bases.
Yeah.
And he's slowly really bleeding out. He's got a good gas bank, actually, but he can't actually position his units. Like, he hasn't got enough vision to be able to position his units in time. So his slow army has to move across every time.
Here comes the big push. Zain just snipes the third and leaves. That's all he really needs to do at this point.
Yeah. And again, if he can... Well, yeah.
He could rotate around and take the fourth for fun, but at this point, what he doesn't need to. He's just going to do another Zealot run-by into the other side of the map.
Yeah, I think at this point, he's almost over-respecting Iba. And here we go. Here might be the big fight as he does come in here. Corrupt is trying to get around, but so many storms. A handful of token Broodlords able to do things. And actually, this trade isn't going as well as I expected. And suddenly... I don't know if Iba is cleaning this up. I don't know if he's cleaning up well enough to do anything, because there's only 3 Broodlords left. There's like 10 gateways. And
the thing
like,
is,
actually, there is enough.
Okay, yeah, the Archons are getting it done. The Archons and the Immortals, there's enough of a ground army. Only the Broodlords could really hit them in the first place. A couple of Lurkers going to try and clean this up.
Here comes the Stalkers,
But here comes the Stalkers. Corruptors can't shoot Stalkers. Stalkers are going to kill 2 Broodlords in no time at all. And there finally, GG is called in a 23-minute epic between Zain and Iba.
Yep. What we didn't account for today.
Is this series going for 2 hours?
Yeah, is the series going for 2 hours?
We're 3/5 of the way through. This could be going to a game 5.
It could absolutely go for a game 5. And again, I'm really happy to see this kind of play as well. This is how I like to play versus Zerg. Like, you try and be everywhere at once and try and do things. Make them like lose bases. Make them feel pressured. Don't just let them sit back. I don't like the Turtle Sky Toss answer. And versus, obviously, at the level these guys are playing at, just plain Turtle Sky Toss isn't good enough anyway.
No.
So you've got to do more. And yeah, Zain is really showing it.
Both the games Zain has won, he's been very active with his multi-prong attacks. Yeah, and it's really showed.
I'm so impressed he's 2-0 up. 2-1 up, sorry.
That mothership teleport, though, had to be the highlight of the game.
That was such a sick
recall
teleport.
Across the map, kills one's base, recalls the other side of the map, and kills another base as well.
Yeah, it's fantastic to see. And again, to see him up 2-1 in there, because if he wins this, he goes into the winner's final. So not grand final, yeah.
Upper semi-finals would be next.
No, this is only round of 8, isn't it?
This is only the upper quarter final. Damn. We still have a lot more Starcraft to be played today, and we're already getting games of this quality.
Yeah.
We're still waiting for the players to make the map. It's going to be that one I can't pronounce.
Alcyone.
Well, is it Alcyone?
Alcyone
is my favourite mispronunciation.
Alcy1 is my favourite.
Alcy1. Both the players look like they are ready. Just getting the confirmation, and then we'll get on into the game.
Oh, we
need to get Indian.
Oh, yeah. Good call. Yeah, here we are. Like,
this is get cracking, but no, we gotta get the other caster in. Get our Polish stream up and running. Players are ready, casters are ready, and we're going to go on into the game.
Fantastic. Let's see what's going on. And
well, Indy's chosen a good series to dip into.
Hasn't he, just?
Although, I guess Gerald's gonna have to wait a little while for his next game to be cast.
He might be, actually. What I find funny is that if he came in and thought it was game 1, because he came in game 2, not game 1, he's like, damn, Zain is 2-0 up on him.
Yeah, this is mad. I never would have seen this coming.
Yeah. So 2-1 is obviously really good. We once again have a black screen. I don't know why that's happening.
It must be the networking issues that we've been seeing. But the game was mostly pretty stable. There was one blip. We're getting the game. Loading is happening.
Yeah,
here we go.
It's happening. And I'm really excited.
Do we think Zane's going to 3-1 this? I think he could. Like, the way he played the last 2 games, it looks on, right? He's in the ascendancy.
I want to see Proxy 4-gate right now, Zain.
Oh, my God. I actually don't. This is a rare occasion where Zain looks like he's playing to the best of his abilities. You know, this is peak Zain right now.
It really
is. And I'd rather see him do that again.
And again, do you know what? I had an image of Zain in my mind. This is like a year or 2 back, to be fair. Of Zain being obviously a very strong player, but also being like, he could play the late game, but he likes to 2-base all in. He likes to do these sort of big things. And it's really good to see just how good he is at the late game. And doing the proper macro stuff, and being able to play it slow and patient, and multi-pronging and doing all this sort of stuff.
Should we introduce players?
Yeah, we should.
We didn't do it last game. Let's do it this game. Up here in the top right-hand corner, down 2-1 in this series, hoping to make it back to 2-2 and take us to map 5. It is Iba.
And his opponent, the mysterious, the elusive, the very smart Protoss players. I feel like that wasn't actually the best one to go for. It is Zain.
Are we still reminding people that Zain is Raz's younger brother?
We should
remind people that Zain is Raz's younger brother.
Yeah.
So Raza, obviously very famous at Epic LAN, won numerous Epic LANs. Not as many as Risky, perhaps.
Not quite as many.
But he has won quite a few. And can't forget Zain, his little brother, up-and-comer on the scene.
Yes, up-and-coming on the scene. Working hard.
Been up-and-coming for a decade or so.
Yeah, exactly. Trying to keep the new blood in check here. And actually, just a little thing to point out for the viewers at home. Last game we mentioned that there was a pro block and that Iba had to take the 3rd as his natural. And actually this game, Iba did very deliberately go for a 15 hatch, and that did get there just in time before the probe came down. So again, that's the adjustment made by these players. I wasn't paying attention to the first 2 games, but it was very likely that Zain did it intentionally. And Iba is now respecting that and going, okay, I will take the very small economic hit to get my natural down without you pro blocking it.
While we're in the early game, would you like a bracket update?
Yes, a very...
Yeah, so we've got some bracket updates. Risky, unsurprisingly, continuing his tournament run with a 3-0 over Molten, making his way into the upper quarter final as well, which is the round that we're watching at the moment with Iba and Zain.
Yep.
On top of that, we have a result from Patty Mac versus Zion, another 3-0. Obviously, the favoured player there being Patty Mac, the higher seed. He's gone through 3-0 against Zion. Not sure who his opponent will be. It's either going to be Figaro or Roscoe. I think it might be Figaro. I haven't got confirmation yet. So we'll have to see how that one pans out. And on the downside, yeah, Risky Molten, we're waiting to see the winner of Raza versus AC. We could be seeing a Risky Raza matchup in the upper quarterfinal instead of in the grand final for a change.
Yeah. That's the caliber of this tournament is actually really, really good. I'm still zoomed out. Oops.
So your bracket update.
Thank you very much. And back to you.
No, we can't pass back to ourselves.
Yeah, no, unfortunately not. If only. Imagine the power. I doubt he's going to let the shade finish to scout the thing. And yeah, no, that's really interesting brackets so far. Like I say, the caliber of the of EPIC43, it's always pretty high.
It keeps going up.
But yeah, this tournament is even higher with
Patty, with Gerald, with all the other foreign imports as well. Larimbo.
And yeah, Raza Risky not being like the big match.
The big match of the tournament,
in
right?
In the quarterfinal. It's fantastic,
Yeah, normally those two would be on opposite sides of the bracket. They wouldn't really see each other unless they dropped a series, and that would be a huge upset usually.
Yeah.
And instead, they're meeting in the upper quarterfinal, and one of them is going down to the lower bracket potentially. If, assuming Richie and AC's game goes as expected. We still don't know the result of that one.
Yeah,
Raza,
Raza,
sorry.
Yeah, hopefully. Though to that, AC has done surprisingly well versus Raza in the past. Again, on MMR paper, you wouldn't expect AC to be able to win.
AC's a land boy, though.
But he is a land boy.
He is a land boy. He loves an upset on land.
Exactly. And in these series, a lot of it is, again, it's about knowing the player. This is where, you get... It's
not ladder. That's the important thing, right? In ladder, it's a best of one. Ooh, you might not know who you're playing against. Yeah, we're going to have a quick pause because of bad lag, which is totally understandable.
Yeah. Can we see how much we're getting here? We've got 113 milliseconds to ping.
Yeah, it's pretty bad ping given that we're connected to Europe. Yeah. But there's definitely been some big spikes. We are an observer, so we can't talk to the players, but we'll let them sort everything out. Looks like they think it's stable, so they're going to do a countdown and get the game underway.
Yeah. What was I saying? Oh yeah, the brackets and AC is like say there's EPIC has its own little like meta, right? Like there is the EPIC meta where it's like how certain people play. So again, the races, it's not always about like race balance. It's about like which player does what and how strong they can be with that. And AC is a very good player at knowing what Raza does and how that works and is able to play against it. So he has better chances than it might seem on paper, is what I'm saying.
Absolutely, that's right. I'll keep an eye on the bracket, see if any more results come in.
No, that's fine.
And let you know when we know.
Yeah, we have the Oracle being shooed here. It might be able to get that drone. No, not quite able to get it.
Valiant effort.
Ooh, gets one of the creep tumors.
Why not?
Yeah, I guess
help yourself.
We have some Lings running into the third here. Not going to be able to do much as there is a shield battery and an adept posted up. And, again, another bad thing. Yeah, ever paused that time.
Another pause.
Again,
bad lag spikes. I'm going to try and flag down Hart, because he was asking me to report any lag spikes, and he's going to go get tech involved if they happen again. Yep. So bear with me a minute.
Lovely. Well, the players want to carry on, and hopefully they are able to unimpeded. And we will let them rock, but we are trying to get things working in the background. Again, we want to give a shout out to the EPIC tech team. They have had a lot of work on their hands this LAN, having one of the biggest turnouts. Sold out EPIC, so it's like 600 odd people. It's a lot of people.
Yeah, there's a lot.
So yeah, a lot of little tech issues do come up, and the network team are trying to get on it to do as good as possible. We have Warp Prism here on the south side of the map as Lynx try and get into the natural. Zain isn't going to have to re-wall behind that and have to do a warping, which is a little bit annoying because I think he wanted to warp in off of this prism. But it is what it is, and more importantly, he doesn't lose any probes, and there is no mass scouting information. Second Robo, I assume that's the second Robo, yeah, second Robo on the way here. And again, Zain is following that general strategy plan of going through. This time there was no Q, like Adept Harass, there was no Blink Harass.
There was no Blink, no Adept this time, so it's more like game one.
Yeah, he did get charged. He has got charged already. So
I'm going to see a bunch of Immortals made and maybe a transition to Skytoss later on.
Into another 20, and then he's going to lose the 25-minute game. We'll go to game 5.
And then we'll be 2 hours deep into this series, wondering when we're going to go home.
Yes.
Okay, here come some Archons that are going to get in this Warp Prism and do some harass, or they're going to walk.
No.
The Warp Prism's just playing it safe, is it?
Yeah, and because the pickup range is so big.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Yeah, you can just do
Fair
it.
dinkum.
Fair dinkum. We have the Lurker Den and the Hive base now underway. We have the drop coming down.
Drop's not going to get too much done. Ibba was quick on the response. The Zealots wanted to join in.
I thought they were changelings at first, but no, they were actually real Zealots.
Now they're going to split up and look for clues. Both of them get out alive, which is nice.
This Overseer being very blatant in the main base. Sometimes it is. Sometimes the game gets so hectic and you're like focusing on so many things that it's hard to like. This is really annoying. Just leave it there for minutes.
Well, a cannon will eventually put an end to that, but there's another one over here.
Yeah, 9 Lurkers on the way and 11 more drones as well. So actually, yeah, Ibba going up to 93. Will it be 92? Don't do math on stream.
Rookie mistake.
That is a rookie mistake. I baited myself into it.
92, but I think he turned a few into spore crawlers, so that would explain why he made the extras.
That's Zerg math.
That is indeed Zerg math.
What's 80 plus 11? That's Zerg math. And here we go. So again,
hey, he got to 92 in the end, though.
He did. Okay. A very small poke out here, but actually quite an effective army that do trading very well. Only losing a handful of zealots for like a lot of Hydra actually. Hydra length. Isn't able to like pressure this gold base yet. Yeah, I don't know what you want to do with Zain here. Do you want to take down these rocks and try and play that bouncy style where you go back and forth all over the place again, or do you play it slower like game 1, but again hope to win instead?
Yeah, obviously game 1's the only one that he lost, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it'll play out the same on a different map in different circumstances, especially not when Zain has momentum now. So it'll be interesting to see which way he takes it. It's certainly been pretty slow. He's not done too much harass, not done too much to keep Ibba on his toes, but he could suddenly swoop in and do a kind of multi-pronged attack at any moment.
Yeah. I think it's harder on this map, especially like these rocks here as well. Something that if you get rid of, though, it makes counterattacks easier on your bases. So you do have to weigh this sort of stuff up. Generally, Zerg is the one that likes to open up the map. So I'm not saying it's always the right move to do, but yeah, if you want to be the more aggressive mobile style, sometimes you do need that.
Good hit squad of Immortals. Good Immortal count getting up here as well.
That's a good hit squad of Lurkers, though.
Oof. A lot of lucky boys. But yeah, we'll see what Zain's able to get done with this. We saw in game 2 the large number of Immortals became really helpful actually in winning that game.
Yeah. Again, if this is on the new patch, this would be a significantly worse army. Just saying. Yeah, a few token storms, just saying, don't come near me. And that kind of works. They're only energy at the end of the day, so in these longer games, you can throw storms out quite preemptively. Yeah, you can use that like zoning, right? So you're saying you don't want the Zerg army to run through here. What are we looking at here? We have Double Spire with Greater Spire now finishing up as well.
Yeah, both players preparing for that inevitable air transition. No one actually building any air units yet, mind you, but air upgrades on the way for the Protoss. Greater Spire on the way for the Zerg.
And this Zerg is bouncing around.
And the Fleet Bacon obviously complete in advance of the carrier transition, which has begun.
Actually sees the first 2 carriers building as well. So that, again, makes it clear of which way this game's going to go. Yeah, just checks for a hatchery down here. I like it.
It's a bit weird how the Stargate shows you which unit it's building.
It's a very interesting balance
decision.
But it's been like it the whole time, and it's not going to change now.
I wonder if it was something where they just did it as an aesthetic thing and went, oops.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh well, that's how that works now, I guess.
I don't know. I feel like Old Blitz, that probably was intentional.
It was probably intentional, yeah.
But why? Why would you do that?
Why that specific building and no others?
It is cool.
This Ling run-by is not going to get anything done thanks to the Ling's Ling run-by. Zealot run-by not getting anything done thanks to the Lings. The Lurkers are just going to watch.
Ooh,
are they going to help? Or
is he
going to kill an Infestor?
Oh,
he got the Infestor!
God. Okay, fantastic.
Huge miss micro from Ibba there. I don't know what happened.
Because there was a fight going on the other side that we weren't paying attention to. But frankly, the Zealot versus Infestor was fantastic.
That was way more exciting.
We do now, so the Broodlords have been revealed. It's Broodlord Lurker, which is, at one point in time, I actually didn't like building carriers.
Just because of this.
I really hated Skytoss in general. As just a Protoss player, I hated Skytoss. And certain players knew that and would go Broodlord Lurker, and it was impossible for me to win. Like, it was actually, like, if you don't go Skytoss yourself, you actually just cannot fight Broodlord Lurker. It's like the best anti-ground Protoss stuff there is.
We saw Tempest in game 1, is that right? Is that the only game we've seen Tempest in?
Yes, actually. We might have seen... No, I think we saw some Tempest in Sight Delta as well.
Okay.
But...
he's just going pure carry this game. The reason I brought it up, I said it was an interesting observation, because those are a good way to deal with the lurkers, obviously.
Yeah. I wonder...
But I think he's just fixing on Storm, right?
Yeah, no, Storm is an incredible... Storm and Immortals on the ground are fantastic. Archons should help round it out and give it anti-air splash as well.
Yeah.
They're kind of a result of like Templars running out of energy.
Blink is now on the way, so yeah, he's going to prepare to get blinking on the Broodlords as well, potentially.
Yeah, interesting. How many gates is he on? He is on only 9 gates. I like going up for a lot more gates, but that's gone bad at macro. Ooh, big whiff on the infestation. Fungal. There only carries 2, but now the Broodlords come in from the top. There's only 2 carriers here, and they are being swooped out. Oh, but 2 more carriers come in from the side. But yeah, it doesn't feel like there's a lot here. I actually think he needs to recall, but maybe not.
The Immortals are really tanky. The big Fungal did a lot to the air, but that was pretty much it. The Immortals obviously can't shoot up, and the Corruptors are going to run out of things to shoot eventually. Now he's going to have to pull back because those Broodlords are uncontested.
Yeah, and carriers have a big death ball effect, right? You want them to like bunch up and get a bunch of them, and then the interceptor count becomes insurmountable. So losing 4 carriers there for free doesn't actually feel good. Does he only have 2 Stargates? I thought he built like at least 3.
I've only seen 2.
He's
got
got
3.
3. He did get a 3rd, but he's building 3 now.
He's been 3 at a time. He's going to go get that Mothership core again. We saw how effective that was with the recall last game, but he's currently being pushed in quite hard, and he's going to have a fight here to hold this.
I think, yeah, one more warp in a Stalkers, and then you blink forward. I think he goes in and he blinks now.
He's going to maybe be able to get a few Broodlords. Here we go. So here comes the blink. 1 Broodlord down. Not going to be able to get any more. Going to have to pull back as
and
the
at
Broodlings.
the same time, we have a Lurker push coming in on this south side. Going to absolutely... Lurker run-bys are some of the hardest things to deal with in this game. Because like they just entrench themselves in here. And you know it's going to be really hard to like get in and without taking a bunch of splash damage.
Does well there. Doesn't actually lose any units. Maybe a Stalker. I didn't really see. But does clean them up. Yeah, 4 probes gone down. Not the end of the world. He's floating a lot of minerals and gas, so I can rebuild that pretty comfortably.
Yeah, indeed. And here we have a 5th base with the high Vespene gas being taken in at the top.
That is what you want as a Protoss?
Actually, yeah. So actually, he's now up on bases on Iba. Iba has not been able to take this base. He hasn't really tried. And he has taken this base, but he's not mining from it yet. I guess he's just securing the kind of ground with a bunch of static D. And actually that proves a nice jumping off point for the Broodlords. Especially with the rocks in the way, it gets really hard for the ground army to get through. Yeah, like here's a terrible point. Yeah,
you don't want to take that.
Absolutely has to go back home.
Yeah, his base, though, is now woefully exposed because he's got to go the long way around to come and defend it. We'll see if a blink on top of the Broodlords happen. The Lurkers aren't... Well, there's barely any Lurkers, and they're not in there in time, and the infestation is not coming through from the Infestors.
Yeah, but the inability to be able to one-shot the Broodlords really hurt. Like, in 4 shots there, he only got 2 Broodlords, and then after that, he wasn't able to kill anywhere. If you have enough to one-shot, those 4 get the first 4, and then there's still some parasitic overmind coming in here. Parasitic overmind can carry, and actually, I don't think Zain can handle it. The Mothership comes out. It started its cloaking field. It's cloaking 1 Zealot, but unfortunately, that's not going to be enough. Warpins of things here, but there's just too many Lurkers on the ground still. Actually, only 1 Lurker, but it's so hard to blink under. The blinks under have not been effective. And
here come the blinks forward again. Big Fungal hits all of the Stalkers, so they're not going to be able to chase.
Yeah, just able to one-shot those, and again, it was so much more effective being able to one-shot that. I don't know what the upgrades are for the ground. It is plus 3/3, so yeah, it's not anything to do with that, but I don't know if Zain can hold this base. He might have to rally and try and recall everything to the top, but he's kind of committed and lost a lot here. Again, the carrier count can't keep up because they just keep getting whittled down. And now he's transitioned to a mostly Stalker army.
Yeah, and we see a situation here where it's looking pretty bad. As you said, the carrier count is completely gone. He's trying to rebuild 2 more. He's actually going to get Tempest instead to complement the large numbers of Stalkers that he has. But he's holding this base for now. I think the Lurkers are going to kill it.
Yeah, there's that one solo Lurker who's been doing a lot of work in the back here, but now all of his buddies have arrived, and that just stops anything from moving forward, which is where you need the Tempests, I suppose, right? Like, now it's like Tempests have to come in and stop this from pushing forward slowly.
Yeah, the good news, as you mentioned before, is that Zain did establish that top base, so like he's still kind of semi-even on bases. Iba did expand behind this push, obviously, but yeah, it's looking tricky.
It's definitely looking tricky. Yeah, Iba took the gold base earlier, which I forgot to mention, but Zain hasn't taken his equivalent. So
Zain had a big bank, which he's now burning through to try and stay in this game. Obviously, it's done its job for him, and he has pushed his attack back for now. He hasn't died, and maybe we'll see if he's able to stabilize and re-expand.
Yeah, good fungal to stop the unit from chasing there. And
yeah, the Broodals are getting so much done.
Yeah, it's so hard to trade, against that. And now we actually see the units lost tab is, way worse for Zain. Yeah, look at that. Not what you want. 10,000 resources lost difference in total loss difference in a PvZ, and it's not for the Protoss. It's a very hard game to win.
That's bad news, Bears. I mean, Iba's sitting on a 5k gas bank. He's looking at Facebook money in a second, which is pretty crazy.
Yeah, actually, you need to get drones down here tomorrow. Actually, yeah, there's 12 now coming over. Yeah, perfect. I'd say he needs to mine off of these bases, and this one isn't even mining.
Yeah, he's basically just mining gas.
Yeah, a very pasty 73 drones for a Zerg player of this caliber. They like that. They like their 90s.
Yeah, absolutely.
And here we are seeing Zain. Zain might have to just max out once and try and go for it. Don't go anywhere. He might just try and max out now with this army. He's got 2 oracles on the way, plus 3 air weapons on the way. If he can do this and just get, like I say, one good standing army. Oh, as he has to try and kill all the chain things. There are,
lots of things to click on here. Still 2 more that he hasn't quite managed to finish off. Iba is shaping for a big push on the opposite side of the map, kind of doing what Zain did to him in the previous game, split pushing. You see all of the Broodlords coming in here to try and take another base. As Zain moves to deal with this, he's going to get a run-by coming into the base that he only just re-established on the other side of the map.
And he gets distracted by the run-by, and he has to now completely pull back. But the thing is that cutting off this base, Iba doesn't even know. There's a base above it, mate.
Yeah, that's absolutely no idea.
Yeah, you gotta go and catch that as well. If he actually lets that mine, I mean, Zain has a hope, I suppose.
So Zain's pushed this back and is actually going to pressure Iba's base now on the opposite side.
A lot of stats though, and the Corruptors coming over.
I don't think it's enough. It's not enough Corruptors. Zain's going to respect it though. I don't think he needs to. He can see that the army is on the other side of the map killing his other base.
Yeah, but the army is now coming home. Though it's Broodlords coming home.
Zain's pushing into spores. I don't like this. I don't think he needs to. He could have taken the base on the right-hand side, and it's going to be too late now because the rest of the army's coming back. 2 more neural parasites. One carrier goes down, the other one's dying, and finally the recall comes in.
Oh, a surprising amount of stalkers.
They look like they were in the recall.
I guess they moved in after the recall started, and they pushed out the units out of the way. Okay, well, yeah, again, I feel like Zain feels pressured to do something because of the bank situation, but because of that he's attacked into a bad position, and now this base gets discovered.
Iba's bank is getting insane. He's moved past Facebook money and rapidly approaching Oprah money. I don't know how much higher that number can go. He's never going to need to spend it, mind you.
Yeah, true. That is exactly it.
He's just not losing anything.
Exactly. Now he's going to walk up and goes, "What's going on here then?"
Hang on a minute.
Hang on. You got a license for that base, mate?
You what, mate?
You what? Oh, we like how anyone who knows Iba, he's like quite a quiet kid.
This is like the least accurate description of Iba in history.
We're like making him out like some sort of thug,
Well, Zealot run-by is happening on both sides of the map. One slightly more effective than the other because one of them can't attack. But are they just chilling? They're just chilling. Not doing anything.
Yeah. But it does pave the way. Oh, man. This is so greedy, by the way, when a Zerg gets so confident that they
only send the Broodlords. They don't even bother sending any Corruptors. They don't bother sending a ground army.
Yeah, what are you going to do?
What are you going to do? I'm just going to A-move with all of this. And a big fight happening in the middle of the map. Ooh, this is where the real decision is going to be made. Iba has to pull back, but he is destroying Zain's base at the same time.
And the carrier number is kind of scary. Yeah, I want more Corruptors. Yeah, absolutely.
There's not enough. Like, every time Iba has tried to fight, he's just been woefully underprepared with Corruptors. And yeah, as you said, once you get that death ball of carriers going, it really starts to do stuff.
And plus 3 weapons is done now. I'm just going to double check that. Yeah, plus 3 air weapons is done.
I think earlier on you said like Zain's just going to have to ball up and max one more time and go. I think we're getting to that point now where he's got a pretty technologically good army. He's just not got the eco to replace it if it dies.
Yeah, and I also wonder if, similar to what I said about Iba in the previous game, is that I wonder if Zain should, instead of focus on this base, try and focus on taking this base.
Another failed Zealot run-by going to go in there.
It's so hard when there's a few lurkers and a few spines like this. It's like, it's not that the Zealots can't deal with them, it's that they deal with them so slowly that it, like...
He does at least deny the expand. There were 2 drones going out there to try and secure that.
Yeah, I think if Zain can take the gold in this base and, like, stabilize, then maybe there's a chance, but... Because he's now got the... Like, it's really hard for Iba to attack into him as well.
Just notice, Iba's giving up drones at this point, right? They're all just going into spores and spines, I guess, because he's got so much money, he doesn't need drones anymore.
Yeah, yeah.
Where he's going, he doesn't need drones.
Where he's going, and he's at 206 supply cap.
That's pretty big brain.
The boy is cheating.
The guy is actually cheating at the game now.
Actually cheating. Can we get a moderator to check his PC? I want it checked.
Oh wait, both of us are the admin.
Oh yeah, that's true. Actually.
Hang on a minute. we are the moderator.
We'll get on that. We'll get on that.
We'll have a stern word with Ibra afterwards about this 206 supply nonsense.
Okay, well it's dwindled to a mere 203.
A paltry 203.
If you do see Zain trying to...
Zain's hanging on in there, you know.
And again, he's built a good army. And actually, he's got a lot of mineral income now. Like, getting these 2 bases back up has actually been really big.
What do you think Iba can do to try and secure this game now at this point? Does he need to keep denying these bases? He's kind of fallen off.
Okay, here's what he's missing. Vipers.
Yeah.
Where are the Vipers? He does have 2.
But where are they?
Oh, they are actually here on the
Okay, they're finally in the big corruptible. So I think Iba's been biding his time building a massive corruptible. And he needs to get some good yoinks.
Is this a mothership?
Is this it? Is this happening? What's happening?
Oh, no, it's not base recall.
I did see the Broodlords.
No, neither try. Yeah, I think what you need here is to shark around more and just start picking off carriers. But he's already traded really efficiently, so it doesn't feel super necessary.
Blop.
Blop. Blop. Oh, this base gets denied again. This is such an important base for Iba now to take. So I say it's important, it's not that important. He's got money for days.
Yeah, he's got money for days, but those Zealots have been waiting patiently for their one moment to shine.
True. It's very important he doesn't let Zain take this base. That's the real important thing.
Yeah, you don't want him getting even more gas, because that is where Zain is struggling to maintain this army, is the gas right now.
And this is where it's, like I say, it's that final big maxed out army, you know. He's got maxed out, he's going to have a mothership. He's going to be able to push this bottom. Well, maybe he pushes this bottom right base.
So much static D. This game's going 30 minutes. I'm calling it now.
It's going 30 minutes and Zain is losing. That's what
yeah, I know. This is going 30 minutes and then we're going game 5. We are going for the full 2.5-hour series that no one saw coming in this upper quarter-final.
I did not expect it to be this competitive.
No, this is mad. This has been a hell of a series. Absolutely incredible Starcraft from both parties.
Really good. And this is where I guess the Tempest have to shine, right? Like, you kind of get the Tempest. We do have the Broodlords going around the top, which gets an amazing catch on all this Zealot Immortal. And it's like, oh damn, the one time I have the Zealot Immortal all together over there.
And the recall's on cooldown, so at this point Zain's just going. He's going to try and engage, actually falls back when he sees all of the Vipers. He does not want to get yoinked.
Yeah, where's the Mothership? Okay, the Mothership is going north.
Okay, is he going to use the Mothership recall to get across and deal with that?
He might do, but I think he loses the base before it. It's going to be tight.
If he can get the Mothership behind, like if instead of going across to the base, if he went around through the middle of the map, then recalled behind the Broodlords, they wouldn't be able to escape, and there is no chance for Iba to get his units across, his Corruptors across to save it.
Yeah.
The Broodlords are moving down towards the Mothership. It's the chance, there's a chance he can get this. This could be huge. If he kills a good number of Broodlords, this could be absolutely insane.
Oh, there's
one down.
a bungle on the thing as they come across. That's funny.
That's actually really clever. Where was the Infestor?
It was over here.
Oh,
it got
precast it.
Yeah.
Oh, that is big brain, because he obviously saw the recall happen.
Yeah.
And was able to stop the units when they arrived at their destination.
Okay, Zealot run by being Ling run by here being annoying. Both players now desperately trying to do it. Oh, but he doesn't chase the Broodlords deep enough. Again, you've got to be careful with this, and there's so much going on that it's hard.
Eventually, those Corruptors would have made their way across the map, and he does not want to get yoinked and lose those carriers.
Yeah, how many is he on now?
Only
on 6 and 7 Tempest. I think 7 is too much.
You think 7 Tempest is too much?
Yeah, so 5 Tempest, 1 shot a Broodlord, which is kind of what you want to do. I think it 1 shot a Lurker as well. Yeah. So I think 5 is like the magic number. And they're 5 supply each, so they're quite supply heavy.
5 supply each, blimey.
Yeah, they are getting buffed next batch.
Are they going down to 4? Or?
Sorry?
In what way are they being buffed?
Oh, sorry, yeah, they're going to 4 supply. Yeah.
Nice. Good recall again, gets 1 Broodlord at a time.
Yep. And here we go. Are there going to be some big storms or some big feedback? The Broodlings get on the High Templar immediately, so they're not able to cast the Storm immediately. However, we do have Cloak going down. Now the Storm comes out. The Corrupt is still playing tentatively back. Viper yoink on the -400 as the Broodlords rain down death. Fungal going on the Interceptors as well, making them fight even slower. intercept the Infestor's Burrow.
Stalker's blinking on the Broodlords. They're actually getting quite a lot of Broodlords here. There's a lot of value. There's not much that can contest with the ground anymore.
Yeah, but however, the Corruptors are winning the air fight, so it's a very unusual sort of situation. All the Templars are going to go down here, and Stalkers might end up cleaning up the thing. Both players do both players do not have a bank because, yeah, Zain has 0 gas.
We finally see Iba's bank coming into play. I mean, he's still got nearly Oprah money in the minerals bank, and he's actually about to remax again, this time with Ultralisks. He knows that the ground is where this game is going to be won now that all the air is dead.
Yeah, and Ling Ultra coming in, wrapping around. There are a handful of Immortals, and this is fighting before the rest of the Ultras are even out. 8 Ultras on the way, and
Iba doesn't need to wait.
Iba
does not need to wait. Zain is on the ropes. He can't afford to rebuild, and I think we're finally going to see this game come to a close.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's fairly safe to call now that 100 supply difference. Zain wants to take out that base one last time before GGing.
Is he even going to get it?
No, he's using it as a wall.
Oh, clever.
Yeah, now he's going to get it.
Well. That's why
and now he dies.
He's the DM.
Yeah. Situational awareness is really important for taking fights like that. But yeah, obviously Zain is very good. Nothing in the production tab, nothing going on here.
The 482 Ultradists descend on Zain, and GG is called.
Yeah. Somehow my legs are tired, even though we only stand up for the end of the game, and I'm like, oh, my legs are so tired.
My bottle of water ran out halfway through game 2. Yes. That was an hour and a half ago. And here we are, on our way into game number 5 in this best of 5.
Well, and you wanna like, it's incredible as well because Iba and Zain both know Iba definitely wants to go far. He expects to go far, maybe even go for the win. It's going to be a long day, you know, and you're doing these sort of games early.
This is a lot of Starcraft. Even for the player who continues making it through in the upper bracket, they've got 2 more best of 5s potentially to play after this game to qualify for the grand final.
And that's the path of least resistance.
Yeah, exactly.
That's by winning all your games, you know.
Winning all your games does save you a lot of time, as I'm sure Gerald is well aware.
Yes, as the time-efficient man he is. Can we get a bracket update potentially?
Let's see if we can get a bracket update.
We're going to see. We're doing it live.
The players are really terrible at confirming their results, so it usually requires me to go in and have a look if anyone's actually reported anything. I'm not seeing any updates right now, so we'll have to lean on Heart and see if we can get any updates through that way.
Again, this is where I wish we could we really could news broadcast it and go to the field, and then we have someone with
throw to a camera,
throw to a camera,
phone camera pointed at the players, seeing what's going on. I see a lot of Starcraft being played over there. I think games are happening.
Good, that's what we like to see. And again, this is actually the best case scenario for us, where the longest game is on the one on stream, because
gives the chance for the lower bracket to catch up.
Yeah, exactly, because otherwise it holds might hold a stream game up, and you don't get to see the long game. So yeah, it's
yeah, absolutely. Good content available for everyone.
Fantastic series so far today. This has been a really solid whole Epic Land. I believe Iba is taking a quick break.
Understandably so. I could also do with a quick break. Not going to lie.
Yeah.
And we see one Heart making his way over to the booth.
Can we get a news report? A news report at Heart?
News report from Heart? Heart? No news. No news from Heart.
Okay,
no news is not good news in this instance, but I'm sure we'll find out what map number 5 will be shortly once Iba is back.
Yeah, exactly. And again, we want to... Yeah. I was going to say shout out to the players, but...
Shout out to the players.
Shout out to
the
players. We love the players. We love the players.
Well, we've got some downtime.
Oh, yeah,
Shall we do something that I was going to do this on stream with Heart, but I wanted to recreate an Epic Land moment that happened maybe 9 months, a year ago between myself and Heart, where Heart decided to play Pokemon Go on stream.
Wow, bold.
Yes,
okay.
Bold experience. So I don't have Pokemon Go. I'm not a Pokemon Go player, but what I do have is Pokemon Trading Card Game Pocket.
Yes.
So I thought we could rip a pack on stream.
Hey, I thought that was only... No.
We're also in New Zealand. I don't know if you knew that.
Wow.
We're currently in New Zealand right now.
So yes. All right, we're going to open
We're going to rip a Pokemon pack and see what we can get.
This is the variety content stream that you didn't expect.
You didn't expect to get Pokemon packs on stream, but here we are. We've got some downtime to fill.
Okay.
So yeah, the reason this is Heart was playing Pokemon Go on stream instead of casting like he should have been.
Okay.
So he decided to show everyone what he was doing, and he was live, and he caught a shiny Uxie on stream.
What? That's an incredible moment.
Peaked in his Pokemon Go career. So we're going to get into Pokemon Pocket.
You're asking for it.
And we're going to see what we can rip in a pack. So you got to tell me, do you want a Charizard pack, a Mewtwo pack, or a Pikachu pack? Which one are we feeling? I'm gonna give you the choice.
I'm gonna say the Mewtwo pack.
We're going to go for the Mewtwo pack?
Yeah,
Okie dokie,
yeah.
right. So
My
what we'll do...
My edgelord brother Mewtwo.
I'm gonna rip the pack, get the pack up on stream,
Yeah.
and then we're gonna show it on stream. See if we can get it up on camera. Is it gonna? It's actually way too washed out. Hold on, just wait for the pack to load. Here we go.
And we're getting.
We got the pack on stream.
Production is doing improv.
I'm gonna rip it, and I'm gonna see what we open.
Okay.
So it's in Japanese because I'm a weeb. And we're going to tap through the pack to get to the rare and see what we've managed to pull. We've got a Rapidash. We've got whatever this thing is. It's a bunk pack. It's a bunk pack. There's no rare. No rare in the pack.
Chat, you let us down, frankly.
Yeah, there wasn't enough poggers in the chat.
Yeah, exactly.
to bring us the shiny Uxie luck. I mean, I made a big mistake actually. I opened a pack before stream, and I opened the full art immersive Mewtwo EX.
Wow!
Just before we went on stream, and I was like, wow, I really wish I'd saved that pack for stream. That would have been way more hype.
Yeah.
Always knew we were going to curse it.
Is always the case. Yeah, shout out to production as well. They've been really good, trying to keep on top of any network issues.
on production, been doing a fantastic job.
As well as keeping the stream
running. The stream. Speaking of which, production, can I be really cheeky and ask for a bottle of water? Because I'm absolutely dying over here. While we're stalling for time still, I'm gonna borrow myself a handy-dandy bottle of water. Thank you, production.
Yeah. It's a nice jacket you got on there. I like that.
Thank you. Yeah, I like the jersey. That's a pretty cool jersey, man.
The RD
pretty cool jersey.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Are you able to chase what's going on in the bracket? Because no one's reported any results, and it would be nice if we got some more results, Hart.
This is the behind-the-scenes stuff. Right? I wish I could have like a pocket camera on me, and we'd go in and we'd talk when we talk about this sort of stuff, because that's where the juicy stuff happens.
Delicious water.
Good stuff.
I'm hydrated.
Hydrated, yeah. Good stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. So while I try and not spill water everywhere.
Good news. We
have a map. Ibra is back from
his
unenforced break. Maybe just went at his desk. Anyway, True Gamer Hours over here.
I've seen worse.
So, Ghost River. I don't know if I've seen this map.
Oh yeah, I've seen it actually now 3 times with 3 different people.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, I don't think I've cast a game on Ghost River at this LAN.
Yeah, me and Molten saw it earlier versus in Richie Zain.
Was that the first best of 5 we had on stream, wasn't it?
Was,
yeah, that makes sense.
So that was them there.
Let's make sure the players know we are ready.
Yep.
And Indy probably has Gerald to cast at this point.
No Indy. Yeah, we're done with this series. We've seen the same game 3 times in a row.
Yeah, I imagine at this point Gerald is probably off playing his upper semi-final match. Oh no, we've got an Indy.
Oh, what?
Indy is committed to the 2.5-hour series.
He has committed. So, they said no Indy question mark. I thought no Indy.
No. We were asking if he was there. Yeah. So players are ready, casters are ready. Let's get on in to Ghost River LE for the final map of this best of 5 series between Ibra and Zain.
You'll love to see it. Let's see what we can do. And who do you think is going to win?
I don't know.
I want Zain. I actually want Zain to win.
I want Zain to win. I mean, I
want Protoss.
I want Ibra to win everything.
Protoss top 4.
Yeah.
That's what
Imagine the world.
Which is actually going to be quite hard. But because I don't know where Ross is.
Yeah. We'll see how it goes.
We will see how things go. Let's take a seat and
GPHF from Ibra in the chat. Let's introduce the players. Starting up in the top left-hand corner. Tying the series 2-2 in that previous game. Taking us all the way to match number 5. It's the Pink Zerg. It is Ibra.
And his opponent, a mentor, a coach, a tactician, not game designer, that's not one of the things he doesn't do. A keyboard maker, it is Zain.
A tea aficionado.
All right, I got an observer question for you.
Okay. Are you testing how observant I am?
I kind of. I'm a more literal observer of the interface. When you have a side-to-side map.
Yeah, which one's the top player?
I
think it's left to right. It's got to be left to right, right?
All right, I'll do that that way.
I think Ibra's got to be the top player here.
Yeah. No, left to right makes most sense. Yeah. Because I'm never quite sure, and when it happened with Zain Richie, I also had the same problem, and then I did the scores wrong because I kept I was like, oh damn, I don't know who should be.
Which player's the top player?
Because even though the names were there, I was like, who should be at the top though? I was like, oh my god, it really threw me off.
That is tricky. That is tricky business.
We got some Harasu.
Oh, it's actually attacking this time. It's stolen a mineral, perhaps by accident.
Oh yeah, that was probably wild.
So it decided to poke a drone instead before making its way home. Oh, faking, and it's back again.
The slowest fight ever, you know. A probe poking in a drone that passively heals. And the probe
that regens shields.
Yeah.
Riveting stuff. Riveting stuff.
And this is why SCVs have more health.
That is fair.
I'm not sure if it's fair, but it is the case. I also didn't see the production note there.
That's fine. You don't need to worry about it. Do not worry about the production notes. I've got it under control.
That's right. That's why you're here, right?
That's why they pay me the big bucks.
That's the real. That's the real sort of stuff. That's why you're the big.
The big dog. The big dog.
The big dog in the big. Early game PvZ is so
I know, there's so much to talk about right now.
My god,
this is the fifth time we've seen this.
Oh my god, guys, he's gone for a Stargate.
That's the fifth time we've seen this exact opening for the first 2.5 minutes of the game. And, you know, after you've watched an extra 20 plus minutes of StarCraft beyond that, there's kind of not anything else to say. Well, we see Stalker.
Oh,
that's kind of unusual.
Yeah, Adept into Stalker is fine. I don't know where the
Are we going to see Blink again?
Maybe. If I was doing this, right? In fact, I did this yesterday on Big Brain Belts. Check out Rotty's stream, anybody who didn't catch the Big Brain Belts. I played in it. I did this. So I built a Stalker to shoot the Overlord so that I could build a fleet beacon in the back of my base.
Okay.
And then I did a Mothership Rush.
Okay.
Which I wouldn't recommend. What I'm saying is this can be used to hide tech.
Yeah, absolutely. And hiding tech is important in StarCraft. Hidden information is one of the main advantages you have, actually, in the game over your opponent.
Yeah. And it does look like, we're going for that very fast third base again. I'm not actually sure if he did this last game. I wasn't fully paying attention.
Yeah, no, we were a bit checked out at that point. But Oracle's out. As you said, shooing is going to begin. Now the vision is there, the Overlord will die.
Yeah. This is really smart. Leaving it on hold position so the Oracle has to stay here.
Oh, that is big. The timing that he moved that.
Zain knew. Like, this is going to fire. I think the Stalker actually lost vision.
But it already shot. It shot and then lost vision before the projectile hit its target. Like, that's how precisely timed that was.
Do you know what? Here's a this isn't even, oh man, I really liked Fear Dragon's 99% useless tips thing. And this is one of, I don't know if this is quite 99% useless or not, but if a unit loses vision of a thing going on the high ground like that, it still hits, obviously, right? But if a unit cloaks, the projectile still hits it, but it doesn't take damage.
Oh, why is that? Is that
because the cloak is it's supposed to avoid the damage, I guess.
But it's a bizarre choice.
Yeah, the losing of the vision, the projectile still hits, but
cloak cancels the damage.
Yeah. Which is why, in theory, I actually wonder if anyone...
Wait, can you cloak to dodge a Widowmine then?
No, because it's spell damage.
Oh, it's only projectile damage.
It's only, right-click. Sort of.
Yeah, attack damage.
Yeah. I realised that in StarCraft, we don't really have a term for, like, right-click damage.
Yeah,
it's like... Because, like, what was it called in Dota? It's like orb walking or something, where you, like, did certain projectiles in certain ways. But it's like, standard attacks, I suppose. Weapon.
So no shield battery here, so these Lings might be able to get something done. The warping of the extra adepts should shoo them away for now.
Yeah.
And
he doesn't actually lose any probes from that as well, which is really nice.
That was nice, yeah. It was a good warp in. Obviously forcing some extra resources to be spent though.
Yeah.
So we didn't see Blink. We see our friend Charge on the way from the Twilight Council on the Zerg, the Protoss side. Yeah. And the Zerg is pumping out roaches, actually.
Yeah, so this is a shorter map, so he might feel more pressured to have safety roaches, like having 7 to 10 safety roaches. I think that's all he built, right?
5.
He built 5, so he didn't build that many. And now he's hard droning again.
Yeah. And going up to a 4th base as well at the same time.
Yeah. Again, very standard stuff. Very much Zerg is like, well, you've got to stop me from trying to expand. So
I'd like to see you try.
Let's see if these 3 adepts can do anything. +1 and Charge about to finish up, but there's no real timing for anything to hit here. 2 Archons being made. I'm guessing that's in this prism over here. Yep. And, oh, I like the timing of this. So he's distracting on one side. He's going to commit these
Commit
adepts.
to it to pull the roaches out of position while the Archons go into that second base.
Yep. And not a lot of focus on that, but a big stack of drones there. 4 drones, that's nice. War Prism does take some hull damage, but it's still alive.
And it comfortably gets away. Archon's still alive. Hopefully those don't get lost for Zain's sake. And he's going to actually stay around and try and get an Overlord. He might succeed. No, the Transfuse keeps it alive.
Yeah.
A lot more roaches coming now.
I'm really interested to see if Ibra is going to bank it all on a big roach shove. Does he keep building roaches and go, hang on a minute, you're being too fancy here. I'm going to get +1. I'm going to go across the map. It's a short map.
Do you want to bet your upper bracket life on that? Because this is a best of 1 effectively from here on out.
It is now effectively a best of 1.
And
But Ghost River is the worst map for this, for Zerg late game.
Yeah.
Because it's so easy to split the map, and it's so hard for Zerg to take an extra base.
Yeah.
And because Zerg can't take the extra base, the
extra base is so far on your opponent's side of the map, isn't it?
Yeah. And because of that, it's a big roach shove actually. Yep, it is a big
roach shove.
It's going.
Here come the Ravagers.
Now,
we haven't seen these all series.
Now it is 66 workers, so this isn't completely all in. But we do have a lot of roaches coming across. A lot of force field potential here. Big force field on the ramp. You'd like to see it.
That is horrifically bad.
Yeah.
Players are still playing on, so maybe it wasn't as bad on their end. It could have just been on our end. Force field did do the job of keeping the Ravagers out for a hot second, but they used the bile to get down and in, and they pull back to the base momentarily to defend.
Yeah, and here we go. The Queen. There are a few Queens here. Like I said, there are 60-odd workers behind
I think Zain might clear this up. He's actually doing really well. The Immortals have taken no damage. He's killing roaches for free. The Archons are going down, though, and those were a big buffer for tanking that damage.
Yeah, and a super battery is activated as the final few Immortals are standing here. There are a few Ravagers, but now Warpin's coming back. There are reinforcements coming out of the main. Queens are going down as the Oracle is still alive and still fighting. And I think he has done it. I think
the super battery was huge in that fight.
Yeah,
it kept 3 Immortals alive against a huge roach army, and they're able to push it back, and it looks like Zain might be able to stabilize.
Yes, Zain is absolutely stabilizing, but guess what? Eba is not taking his foot off the pedal. 11 more roaches in production, 3 more Ravagers, another pylon and battery going down. These are all going to get morphed into Archons, I imagine, immediately. They are.
Need the health to tank for the Immortals.
And, we do see the Oracle going across the map. He's probably going to check. He's been poking into this base, and I think he saw there was no drones there earlier, so I think he had an indication.
Zain is droning.
Probing. Yeah, that's fine. I think you can build probe passively behind this.
Okay.
They're saying, no, he's already on 67, so no, I actually disagree. He shouldn't.
He's gone up to 70 workers now. As long as he doesn't build any more and just concentrates on units, I think he'll be okay.
Yeah, 10 more roaches in production, so this is completely...
Stasis Ward went down in the mineral line, which is nice and annoying.
Did dodge it, only got one, yeah. But he sees there's no drones on the 4th base.
He knows he should be all in now.
Yep, and Archon Immortal does very well versus pure, Roach Ravager.
It's just all on the supply, though. Look at the army supply, nearly double. Obviously, Roach are terrible for army supply, so it's not necessarily representative of the way this fight's going to go.
And I love the Oracle coming back here because it's so annoying. He has to get Queens out to shoo it away, and he is.
Poop and creep as well to make the Queens go faster.
But every second that goes by is a good second for Zain. He's actually going to destroy the rocks. Yeah, I think that's kind of necessary.
Yeah, the rocks are going to go down, which is going to give a bigger angle for the Zerg to sweep on in. This base is trying to go up.
Zealot run by here, but now the big engagement is happening at the top. We don't have many force fields. We don't have any force fields at all, and actually I think that might be a bit of a problem. The roaches can just push down forward on it. Not in range of a super battery. Probes get pulled as the roaches keep coming down, but there's so many Immortals and a War Prism being able to pick them up. Micro Biles coming down in the back. A bit of a lag spike, but that's okay as Zealots get warped in.
Huge Biles landing on the Immortals there.
We have Zealot run by. This is, if it wasn't all in before, it's Giga all in now, and I think Zain has actually done it. I think he's got enough.
I thought Zain was being too greedy, taking the 4th, droning, not building that much static defense. He didn't build many cannons, he didn't build that many shield batteries, but the super battery on this shield battery at the back here helped him win that fight.
But he did have to, pull some of his own probes with it. So he
lost a lot of probes, but on the other side of the map, this Zealot run by went completely uncontested and killed 20 drones.
The recall was a great idea. Unfortunately, he only gets 1 out.
One
hit
point, boy. He made it home.
He is like, I've seen some stuff, lads.
Guys, you have no idea what's going on over there.
Absolutely unbelievable.
What a Chad.
And once again, Iber is going to go for it, but now there is less supply than there was before. Should be an easier hold. Yeah. Super battery is activated.
Last time we were looking double the army supply for Iber. Now we're looking at a slight 10 army supply lead with the defender's advantage, Zain is looking really good.
Exactly. +3 on the way, so the timer gets even. So the 4th base is up, and it is mining fresh minerals as well. So yeah, a lot of really good stuff there.
A lot of really good stuff for Zain. Bars coming in, all going to miss.
All going to miss. All Ravagers though, and actually, it's one of those things that Immortals aren't actually that great versus Ravagers. They don't do the bonus damage, so it's like it's surprisingly.
Ravagers have less or more health?
They have less health.
Less health, I thought so.
Less health overall, but more health versus Immortals, basically.
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah. Weird way that one works out. Oh, the Biles landed really well there. Immortal nearly died. In fact, something did.
On 20 minerals, 7 minerals now again. And the big warp. Yeah, but now the Zealots come in, and once the Zealots get on top, it's over. It's over. And young Eva may not yet coming to terms maybe with the idea that he's going to have to make his run through the lower bracket, as it does look like Zain is in prime position to be able to take this after one more big fight. I'd love to see some Zealots coming around or something to trap this army in, even get some sentries. I'd love to see some sentries warped in. Yeah, oh no, these are high tempo.
Yeah, more Archons going to come in. One of the shield batteries to go down. It's being replaced very slowly but surely. More Biles coming down, mostly going to miss. The Immortal's hardened shield does absorb pretty much all of it.
Yeah, and now we come down for a flank, and it's like, hang on, you've got to get out of this territory.
Hang on a minute, I was attacking you, wasn't I?
Yeah. Oh, big lag spike. I don't think it makes too much of a big difference.
Yeah, the players haven't been pausing, so I guess it's still on our end, which is absolutely fine. This engagement's still going on. Lots of the Roaches going down, lots of the Ravagers going down, and at this point the push is going to go all the way across the map.
He's eating the Biles.
It has stopped. Calls GG. The series has ended. Nice 13-minute short game to round over the series, and Zain wins.
Love to see it. Incredible stuff. Yeah,
are we doing winners?
I believe. Yeah.
Actually, given the time, we probably shouldn't. Even though I think Zain would like to do one, because I know he always loves to do one.
Yeah,
but maybe we'll get him on later.
He did one earlier. All right, he's fine.
Cool, what a series.
What a series, fantastic stuff. We need to chase up players to make sure find out.
Make sure games are being actually played right now, other than this one.
Everyone's been watching. Like, damn, what a series that was. Yeah.
I can't blame them. I can't blame them at all. That was a hell of a series.
Yes. But when we come back, will we be going back to a semi-final match?
So I would expect us to come back with an upper semi-final match.
Upper semi-final.
Gerald has indeed defeated Mix 3-0 and made his way into the upper semi-finals, hence Indy joining us for this series.
Yes, makes sense.
Depending on who Patty Mac would have come up against between Figaro and Ross, there's a possibility that Patty Mac could be meeting Gerald in the upper semi-finals, and that could be a good choice for us to stream.
That could be a good choice for us to stream. I agree.
So we'll throw to a quick break, and then we'll be back with more StarCraft action here at EPIC43 with Intel. Thanks for watching.